The girl went through some stuff, but yet here I am. And thank you all for waiting so patiently. Thank you all for waiting so patiently. For I said what I said. I said what I said. And with that being said, I am not going to delay anybody. I'm going to bring my girl, my right hand, who's now my right hand duchess. Yes, Just Angel, welcome to the stage, Queen, on I Said What I Said.
In the palace, we ain't standing on nothing but business. We standing on love. We standing on professionalism. We stand in class, but we stand on business. We give honor and gratitude for the Queen, Queen Sheba, darling, holding it down, representing. We give love to everybody in the chat. I have prayed over you all. I give thanks for you all. I do want to make sure you all get your rooms if you want to be on this palace at sea.
Yes. Speak, Jess.
So
Let them know because they don't
get
know.
your forms in. If you need a roommate, still put your screen name and your room name. Make sure your full phone number shows so that I can get this done. And I said what I said.
And she said what she said, and that is my Duchess standing on business,
Thank you,
period, point
Queen.
blank. No, thank you, y'all. Let me tell you a quick story. See, the Queen has been busy working, making sure that we really show up and show out in 2024. You know, when your blessings set and
Mhm.
they fall upon your head, that's your work. But when they extend themselves and your cup runneth over and everybody around you begin to eat, everybody around you begin to prosper, that's God. And that's the kind of work that we're doing here in the palace. And Jess stepped up and raised her hand and said, I got you, Queen. And I handed it over to her. And this lady has taken the ball and run with it. And that's the kind of business that we stand on here right now in the palace. And I appreciate you, Jess, for stepping up and say, how can I assist you in making some shit happen for me behind the scenes? I got you, Queen.
We are a movement. That's all it is to it. It's a movement, and a movement needs a solid foundation in order to skyrocket to where I know this could go.
And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. She said what she said, and she's standing on business. And for those of you that are just tuned in, welcome to I said what I said Saturday. Let me back up a little bit because I got so excited and I had a burst of energy based on the small delay. But let me tell you how it works here. It ain't never personal. Let me just say that on I said what I said. This is your opportunity to come up and just vent, share feedback, and stand on business by way of questions, recommendation, or just saying what you have to say. Now, the only rule is when you're done, you have to sign, seal it, and deliver it by saying, I said what I said. Just in case the conversation takes flight and we enter into a tough, rough discussion or an extended discussion, should the chat decide that, you know what? I ain't really trying to hear you. You know what, Queen? I ain't got to listen to this. I ain't got to listen to her. Guess what? They can put a 9.99 super chat down in the palace and you got to go. But the only way you can come back is if you match that energy and fire off a 9.99 super chat. And if you can't do that, that's fine.
Or more.
Or more. If you're not on that type of, if you're not there yet, that's fine. Just have a seat in the Queen's chambers for 15 minutes and we'll bring you back up. And with, and with that being said, Joy, welcome to the stage to Saturday morning. I said what I said. What you standing on today, Queen?
Good morning, Queen Sheba. Listen, my birthday is coming up, so I'm feeling a little spicy this morning, and I'm finna speak my piece, okay?
You better.
The recent Monique interview, I've seen a lot of people being sympathetic and empathetic, and I want y'all to stop being played. That woman is a master gaslighter that knows how to take a little bit of truth and weave it into a whole bunch of lies, okay? You got to be careful of people that always have their hand out and their mouth running. And you also got to be careful of people that always want to holler they standing for justice and they fighting for somebody else only when it benefits them. Because when she got that Netflix check, I guess we wasn't boycotting Netflix no more.
Okay.
Wow.
The only time that woman pop out is when her bank account feeling funny, or if she want a little sympathy and payola. You're not gonna. Listen, we airing the chamber out, Queen Sheba. You're not gonna tell me you a sister, mother, baby, love kind of woman, and you sit up there and you take another woman's trauma and pain and weaponize it to get back at her daddy on some stuff that was already some BS. She's not a good person, and she manipulates people, and she takes valid causes and she tries to get the people going and say the right words to make you feel like, oh wow, she really, she really has went through stuff. What has Monique ever done for the Black community, let alone Black women? And every person who didn't help you didn't fell out with, you don't trust them kind of people.
You got to sign it. So
And
I said what I said.
happy birthday.
Yeah. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now.
I'm a ripper.
Joy is standing on business, and she said what she said. Now, here's the thing. Don't be a hater from the chat. You can hit that connect button and come up and fire away. You see what I'm saying? She said what she said. And with that being said, Simone Wealthy, welcome to Saturday morning. I said what I said.
Good morning, Queen. Good morning, chat. Well, I agree with the sister before me, but if we're going to do that, we also need to start putting Oprah on blast. The honeymoon is over for her, unfortunately. What we're looking at with Love and Marriage Huntsville and so many of the other shows that are under the same umbrella of the same producer. Although we all know that she's not 100% owner of OWN anymore, she still has a little bit of a say. I think her word means something to some of those execs. They would possibly do something if we start putting her on blast. I know, what's her name? Taraji started it, and I know she kind of had to backpedal a little bit because she's trying to save her career, but we need to kind of, unfortunately, I hate to say it, kind of start checking Oprah. What's going on here? Your name is all over this station, but we got to look at abusers every time this show comes on. We have to look at misogynistic men every time this show comes on. So we need to start checking Oprah. And that really wasn't what I wanted to say when I came up here, but what that young lady said before me, spot on. Monique is, unfortunately, I love her, but she has, it's kind of like a broke clock. She's right twice a day. Some of the stuff that she says is spot on, but a lot of it is just, for pure selfish reasons, and your commentary, oh my God, what you did yesterday on your commentary of that interview was spot on. I couldn't get through the 30 minutes of it. I have to go back and, listen to it, try to finish it, because I couldn't get through the first 30 minutes. It just was like, oh God, I can't listen to another thing. But also, on switch lanes just a little bit, I want to sign up on the sheet. I don't want a roommate, but I want to maybe connect with some of the people so we can maybe, if we do go out on the days we're on land, that we can go in groups of like 3 or 4. And I could be a designated person, maybe not to drink, so that we can have fun, because we can talk behind the wall.
I love it.
About some things that I heard just recently with an unfortunate situation. So we can have someone that may be, totally alcohol free, can kind of keep an eye on things. So that's all. I said what I said.
And she said what she said. Listen to all these beautiful queens stepping up, standing on business.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So y'all heard that. If you haven't already, if y'all don't know what's going on behind the Queen's Chambers, baby, and behind the gate, we are going on a cruise. This is our first cruise together, and you are welcome. But you got to be, you don't have to be a member of the cruise. You just have to be a member to get the information. Because
Queen,
yes, go ahead.
Can we tentatively say first annual Palace at Sea?
Let's do it. Let's put it out there. This is our first annual Palace at Sea.
Yeah.
And we're doing it big already. We're on a 5-day. For those of you, we're pulling out, baby. December 30th, we're going to bring in a new year together. We're going to have a lot of fun. And I love the fact that these queens are stepping up, standing on business. Just Angel is my right-hand Duchess. Simone says, I got us. When we pull into the port, I'll be the coordinator, the land coordinator, making sure nobody gets left behind should you decide to be a hot girl Yes, or hot boy or city boy over there in Mexico. I'm gonna make sure you get back on that ship after your 2, 4 shots, okay? So I appreciate you, Simone. I appreciate
She's
it.
gonna
We'll
be
Oh,
the
see
and
y'all
one
next
designated
thing,
week.
boss.
one thing I want to address too. I want to address that snake, Carlos King. I've heard
Ooh,
what's going on with some of the content creators. I'm going to try and support all of you as much as we can, but we got to show that we're not playing with him. You can support and try to hide these fraudsters, these scammers, the snots, all you want to. We're gonna still be on their ass because we know what they're doing. It's the same rinse and repeat bull crap that they did last year with the other one, and now they're trying to take it to another level. The stuff that they're moving, you cannot tell me she's an MBA graduate. I do not believe it. I'm sorry. I don't give a dang. She better show that degree, and she needs to get her money back from them professors because the mess ups and the foul ups on just a simple invite or simple advertising marketing of the thing is just totally flawed and messed up. A fifth grader could do better than that. And as far as he's concerned, I think he's behind this because I understand he has people who work at Google and YouTube that he under knows and what have you. He can pull some strings and get all these strikes on these channels, but
Allegedly.
he allegedly, but he can go out in parties and be bent over with an apple in his mouth all he wants to. We ain't stopping. Oh, I said what I said.
Ooh, honey. They're going wild in the traffic. We got people tuned in from the freeways, honking their horns. Well, she stand on business, and she said what she said. With that being said, let me shift just a second, real quick, honey, because we stand on business, whether we got 1 or 1,000 super chats. And I want to give Tonya her due diligence when it comes to standing on business and her beautiful donation to the palace. So give me 1 second. And here we go. Thank you,
Money,
Tonya.
money, money, money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money.
Yes, money comes to me by way of Tonya Singleton. Thank you for a 2-piece and a pepper. She says, "Good morning, Queen. This lupus has me down today, but love you. We got you. It ain't, listen, this too shall pass. And we're just sending you warm blessings and speedy wishes of healing. So if y'all can just fire off a silent positive thought for Tonya. She's down today. But that don't mean that can't change this afternoon. So we're gonna send out
amen.
some positive words of affirmation quietly and send them your way. We appreciate you, Queen. We love you, and we thank you for pulling up in spite of.
Healing energy, Tanya.
Amen. Amen. Welcome, Peggy Brown, new member. We hope to see you behind the walls, and we hope to see you on our cruise with the Palace at Sea. And with that being said, let me go back to something. Listen. I got a funny feeling, like I said before, and a sneaky suspicion that this conversation is going to evolve this morning. I don't know. I'm just on that type of energy. That's what I'm feeling. Should it evolve? And people really ain't checking for you. Remember, it ain't ever personal. But this is how you'll know that they done pulled you down with that $9.99 super chat. If you are talking and this pops up, you got to go. Now, don't be scared. Don't be scared to come up because you can put something on it and push back if you want. With that being said, y'all, I found a fantastic channel a few months ago. Actually, it's called Adventures of BB. It is a Black cartoon channel, safe for kids, written by a Black man. And listen, he actually is a music producer. He's the one that put together my beat. Yes, he developed my beat in the studio. Guess what? YouTube can't say nothing to me. No copyright strikes, no nothing, because that's my music. That's my track. Okay. So if you're looking for a dope beat, if you are looking for a dope person to help you expand beyond the horizons by way of cartoon channels and other channels for kids, check him out. Here's a snippet of what he can do.
Hey there, boys and girls, come with me from the magical lands to the deep blue sea. Baby's on a quest full of laughter and glee, the amazing adventures of Baby. Good morning.
Y'all, ain't that nice? Ain't
That's so
that
cute.
nice? What you think, Jess?
I subscribed.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I have subscribed. I don't have any little ones, but you know what? We all have an inner child that we need to nurture.
I like the
Absolutely.
song. Hey there, boys and girls.
I know. You heard me sing it.
Yeah, let me run it back. Let me run it back. Hold on.
Hey there, boys and girls, come with me from the magical lands to the deep blue sea. Baby's on a quest full of laughter and glee. The amazing adventures of Baby.
Yeah, that's kind of catchy.
So cute.
That's when you know that's a music producer because I'm like, hey,
Okay.
lean with it, rock with it. But listen, that's the kind of fantabulous things that we are doing, and that those are the kind of people that we're associating ourselves with. We're on our way to greatness. I know. Thank you all for subscribing. If you want that beat, click about. You know, when you go to somebody's page on YouTube, you click the about section. And then you can reach out and contact them and say, Queen Sheba sent you. I get nothing for this. No promo, no kickbacks, no nothing. If it's good, baby, I'll advertise it. And with that being said, I think I need to stand on business this morning.
Uh-oh. Come on.
I think I need to stand on business this
What
morning.
you standing on, Queen?
Yeah, a business. BIEs. What's Little Scrappy say? BIEs. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Some of you are way too sensitive to be on YouTube.
Oh,
Some of you are way too sensitive to be on YouTube. The subject matter that is rolled out on YouTube is often unfiltered, straight to the point, up close and in your face. And some of you are, in order to be able to sit down and receive that type of communication, whether you agree or disagree, you gotta be able to step outside of your feelings. Somebody had the audacity to pull up in my chat and tell me, like you're my mother, that you were disappointed in me and my reaction to Monique's
that's funny.
interview. You were highly disappointed. And let me tell you why I say come out your feelings. Why are you disappointed? Because when I was saying what you thought I should say, it was nothing but a round of applause. And the first time that I said something that you didn't agree with, now you're disappointed. You're disappointed because I didn't say what you want me to say, or I didn't say what you thought I should say. That's not on me. That's on you. Stop disappointing yourself by putting people in boxes and expecting them to conform to your narrative of what they should or should not do. I am a grown woman. It's okay for me to have my own opinion that goes outside of yours. If you cannot get on YouTube and respectfully agree to disagree, get your ass off the internet. Get off the internet, because y'all be attacking people for simply having an opinion, and you jump in their comments and you write a whole book, which is ultimately what you're condemning. So now you've become what you've condemned. And if it becomes triggering for you just because someone has a different opinion, you don't need to be on YouTube. Shots fired. And I said what I said. Okay? Period. Point blank.
And she said what she said.
I agree. It's a lot of sensitive people in certain things. You got to be able to understand that you may not agree with everything, but you know, I have to respect other people's opinions about certain things. So it is what it is.
You imagine yourself, I'm disappointed in you. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a nun.
Right.
They're disappointed like Monique is.
I'm a YouTube content creator that has her own, that formulates her own opinions, that digs a little bit deeper. I'm just sharing my thoughts, my opinions. Don't make it fact. So how you gonna get in your feelings about somebody's opinion? Just like you drop yours and I'm like, okay, cool. I agree to disagree. Learn to do the same thing, because that tells me a lot about people that do that. Y'all be holding people hostage emotionally.
And you know what?
Stop doing that.
Put a little bit more stank on it, Queen Sheba. These platforms, think of them as your home, and you don't go into anyone's home and tell them what they should or shouldn't be doing. So if you don't like it, don't step on the porch.
Or just hold your peace sometimes. I mean, I feel like I'm one of the few channels that don't be cursing y'all out. It's a lot of content creators. I done seen them talk to y'all crazy because you got a different opinion. They be blocking left and right. The only time I'm a block is when I've caught you in the act 3 or 4 times. I see you on Instagram, you inbox me, you're playing both sides. That shit I don't do. We too grown for that. So if you've gotten blocked for me, it's because I caught you. You don't know I caught you. You've been in my inbox. You've been very personable. And then I've seen you do other stuff. That kind of stuff I don't get with. That's not my crowd. That's not my tribe. So let me just go ahead and place you where you belong. But just for having a different viewpoint, come on now. I hope you're stronger than that. I want you to be a little bit more emotionally mature and savvy. And I'm seeing it on business, period, point blank. Stop checking grown people about having an opinion. If you don't like it, you say, okay, let me get through that part because that one triggered me. I don't like that, Queen Sheba. But then you have to think, what is it that I'm not liking? I'm not liking that she's not on the same page with me, or I'm not liking that he's not on the same page with me. Okay, that's life. Your kids, your family, your coworkers don't often agree with you. They have a different ideology about stuff. So that tells me you have a quick emotional reaction, and we are very highly emotional people as Black people. We're very emotional sometimes when it comes to certain things. Another thing I want to stand on is I cover things outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what I'm saying? And that's no shade to anybody else that hones in on that only. Y'all, I cover other things outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I just wanted to say that in the most thoughtful and tender way. I'm not going to typecast or box myself into one specific show. I believe that Love and Marriage Huntsville should be keeping up with the audience, and the audience shouldn't be keeping up. As we evolve, if a producer is a really good producer in your production team, you should be having and generating data, surveys from your audience. I feel like the production team has lost connection with their audience. I can't really, I have a very short attention span. I can't watch stuff with the same old storylines all the time and revisiting shit over and over and over. So let me grow. Let me grow, because I'm not the type to stay still. And I said what I said.
And she said what she said.
Yes, she did. And with that being said, we got super chats flow in. So let me go ahead and acknowledge those of you that were kind enough to send in super chats. And here we go.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of money. To Sharice Christian, thank you for that 20 piece. Some what is it? Cajun French fries, corn on the cob, 2 biscuits, and a strawberry soda. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you, thank you. We really appreciate you. Melita Blunt with a 10 piece and a pepper says, yes, Queen, stand on business. Love you. I love you too. And thank you for the super chat. Let's go to Teresa Wright. Yes, I know that's right. She's gifted 5 Queen Sheba Darling memberships. So listen, Teresa's out here blessing y'all, sowing seeds of prosperity. She wants y'all to get behind the wall and see what we got going on. Now, listen, this is the way that the memberships work. When somebody is kind enough to purchase the memberships, what happens is YouTube gives them out randomly based on your engagement and your interaction with my page. So if you got one, congratulations to you. And Barwaka Bib, new member, welcome to the palace. We appreciate you. Somebody's mama with a 2 piece and a pepper, honey, extra spicy. She says, y'all know y'all can log off, right? Y'all know y'all can log off, right? When you hear something you don't like. And listen, let me be clear. I love having you here, but not to the point that it'll trigger you to come out of your greatness because you heard something that you simply did not like. You better than that. And you don't have to agree with me. I just don't want you to put me or anybody else in a box in your life, because you're going to set yourself up for failure each and every time. Peggy Brown, welcome, new member. With that being said, what else are we standing on, y'all? What else are we standing on? I had a couple of things. I just need to let my brain I need to let my brain catch up.
I had to agree with you with the production. The production is trash, and I've never been, into reality TV that much, but just to see them rinsing and repeating the same stuff, the same, especially with the snots. That, I mean, it's just trash. I don't understand how they are still getting greenlit to do the same thing. I would think as a producer, I would want to give the audience, especially, all you have to do is tiptoe over here to YouTube and listen to, you have a plethora of different CCs who cover this, that you can get different opinions or something, but doing the same thing and then getting mad and setting out to strike channels. So, it's just not fun. It's not entertaining. It's the same old stuff. No one wants to sit around and look at the same thing every season. I mean, it's the same thing. So I just want to say that.
Let me say this to content creators. You got, not even just content creators, to anybody. Listen, go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. You strike my page, I'm not covering your show ever again. Period, point blank. And I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid to start from the bottom and claw my way back to the top. Yes, you're gonna get bumped down if you don't cover Love and Marriage Huntsville. But if you are that damn good, guess what? The algorithm will catch on. Don't let nobody hold you hostage by striking your page. You want to play that game? I tell you what, let me take my marbles and my coin and go play elsewhere. If it's true, if it's true, and if so, this is very sad. If it's true that the alleged rumor of Carlos King being behind striking people's channels, stop covering his show and see how that works out for him. Don't you ever let somebody debo you when you doing them a favor. Because had it not been for YouTube creators, and I'm saying what the hell I'm saying, this show would not have had that level of reach, because a couple of seasons y'all have fell short with the Scots and with these boring ass, dried up ass storylines. So you need to be thanking content creators. And if somebody just so happens, as a content creator, post something that you didn't want them to post, inbox them first, especially if you ain't had no issue with them. But don't be bringing your high sedity ass over here, all of these celebrities and stars, and come into play with us on the streets of YouTube and think you're about to punk us by striking us. That's not the way it works over here. You don't strike somebody because you don't like what they said. And if you got any umph about you as a content creator, don't cover it. They strike, they coming after your page, cover something else. Give your love to somebody else. And yes, you may have to start all over, but that's okay, because if you are good, you'll be right back to where you are in 30 to 90 days. Journey to Jasmine, welcome to the stage.
Hello, 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 Queen. I hope y'all don't hear my ridiculous neighbor pounding on her walls. Anyway, I cannot stand her. Anyway, I know they say love thy neighbor. I love my next door neighbor. Anyway, not to bring y'all into my mess. Um, to address what you just said in regards to um Love and Marriage Huntsville not bringing the people what they want. This has really been a consistent issue for myself, and I can arguably say a lot of people, just based on the content that I've consumed, the conversations that I've had. Um, we the audience are frankly just tired of being gaslit. How are you bringing a story of Letitia possibly being pregnant when we saw Marcel get a vasectomy behind his wife's back on what, like season two? Um, Not only that, it's just the way they frame the stories. It's the things that they know. They are on YouTube. Maurice went out of his way to do this whole award ceremony that no one really cared about other than to make content off of and clown him. Literally, even the people who were on the awards list clowned him. Let's be real. Um, how is it that these people are on YouTube? They know what's being said about them. The producers are on YouTube. There's a whole producer that has a YouTube channel that people cite. Y'all know what's being said, you know what's going on, yet you still produce the content that you produce on. And then the executive producer comes and plays in our face as well, as if what we're seeing on the screen is not what's going on, and also not what he and his team sees on YouTube being displayed about these people on the show as well. People, like you said, they have not evolved with their audience, and frankly, the people are tired. So to then go, and I have my suspicions as to who has done this based upon commentary I've heard from other people. They said, the blogger himself struck a channel. I do believe that the mule is a part of this based on commentary that I've seen struck on people's channel, on personal conversations I've had. The particular commentary that was struck, I'm like, yeah, it's giving the mule. It's giving a thing that she did, because this thing feels very I don't want to say, I don't want to, no, I'm not even going to say that. It just feels very catty in nature. That's what I'll say. It's very lame. They said, what was that, season 1, that social media makes this show. So to then go and attack the very people that help to make your show a success just seems rather asinine, and kind of like, what's the word, counterintuitive and counterproductive. I don't know what the end game is here, but it's not cool. So
There
I
is no
hate
end game
it.
when it's your page. You are in control of your page. We don't have to know. I'm coming hard, Journey to Jasmine. Listen, there is no end game when it comes to your page, except where you want your page to go. So if that's listen, I watched the show. Let me be honest, because of Melody Cherie. Period. Point blank. Love
Period.
her. She's an excellent. She has the stardom. Shows up well on television. And let me just say, now let's not lie. Let's be honest, because I'm an honest person. Love and Marriage Huntsville is a great money grab if you know what you're doing. If you are a great content creator, it is a great money grab, period, point blank. You
Facts.
cannot deny that if you know what you're doing as a content creator. It generates a lot of revenue. But that's because you are great content creators, because I'm sure there are some that do cover it and they don't see the profitability, right? So if you are that good and they're striking your channel, go cover something else. Go take your skills and your talents and go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. Period, point blank. And I'll say it, and that's the end game. The end game is you run your shit.
I know that's the fuck right.
Now,
Yeah, and I agree with 100% of what you said, and I also want to say what is behind what. In my opinion, who is behind this, I think, is the snakehead producer. For one, because I think personally, I think he's very irritated and jealous of Melody's success. He didn't think that he always says he thought she was a star from the first time he had met her, but he wanted to control that.
Yes,
See, he
yes.
can't control her. He can't control us. He can't control how much we love her. He can't control that. In his eyes, in my opinion, he sees Candy. See, he wanted to be able to control her success and make sure that she only rises as much as he allows her to rise. That's why he's sending out all his flying monkeys to do this mess, in my opinion. But I agree with you. If if you're a good commentator, you should be able to do other content as well. But I personally believe that he is behind a lot of this, if not all of this, because he is mad because she rose faster than what he wanted. He wanted to keep his foot on her longer, and she is beyond that. She's beyond him. She's going to override him eventually, if not already. She's over him, and the same way that he did Candy. Candy, look at Candy's success. Look how successful she is. I'm not saying she's just like Candy, but that is her trajectory as far as I'm concerned, as far as business and whatnot. She's in that category. So he doesn't like Candy. He's seeing a lot of Candy in Melody, give or take. I'm not saying they're just, alike or anything, but as far as business and how their popularity, he doesn't like that. So that's why he's creating all this mess to try. And eventually, I think he is trying to find another way to get her off that show. I think he's trying to do anything.
And you know what?
And it's counterproductive.
And you know what? To piggyback on that, to be honest, CK, is not a seasoned or professional executive producer. He navigates the same way he did when he was over on that other platform as a messy field producer. So I genuinely feel when it comes to like skill set, it's a certain level of finesse and development you have when you've been doing something for a while. He doesn't have that. So every show he creates or that he has some kind of oversight on, it's going to be the same dynamic. And he has said it himself. Nobody can tell me nothing about my stuff. I'm going to do what I want. And that's a fool. That means you don't listen to reason. That means you don't listen to
Absolutely.
constructive critique. That means you don't listen to feedback. And you are going to literally the higher the monkey climbs, the harder it's gonna fall.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He thinks
And
he's still back on Love and Hip Hop. He thinks he's still 10
exactly.
years ago on Love and Hip Hop. He is trash. He's a trash producer. Bottom line, he's getting away with this because the people at top simply don't care. But we have to, I mean, I don't know what else we can do. But
Hold on, let me say this real quick, because I believe in I believe in solutions. And maybe that all of that is true. Maybe some of it is true. Maybe none of it is true. But to the content creators that are plugged in and tuned in, I told you, I gave you a solution on how to handle it. You see what I'm saying? Because we can talk about it all day, but if we ain't putting solutions out, people will feel stuck. So the way you do that, if you've been hit, if you've been impacted, and you've kind of feel some kind of way, and listen, I'm gonna say this: there's some what people said. Well, Carlos asked them not to show what he interviewed, and during his interview, he can ask. It's a courtesy of you to give him what he want, but to expect people from a public venue to not show them, that's a little lofty in my opinion. I'm not saying I would or would not. It's a bit lofty to think that you can put on a public event and nobody walks out of there and leak anything. That's a bit lofty. That's a bit privileged. It's kind if they don't place it on their page, but to strike them because they did, you have to know that's the risk that you take when you take that chance and introduce something that's supposed to be a secret. To me, a secret is something that I would have never showed y'all.
So
I didn't want it
when you
out.
go to a Dave Chappelle concert, he locks your phone up.
Okay.
He doesn't. If you are so big and bad and you do not
Linda,
want
you're up
all that
next.
stuff to be revealed from your live event, then you should lock people's phones up like a lot of other places.
I'm not. He shouldn't lock our phones up.
Well,
But
I
you
mean,
got a
of course,
Dave
I'm being
Chappelle.
facetious. But that's the point. It's like, well, if it was that deep, then why didn't you do that? Is the point that I'm making? It wasn't that deep. He knew, and in my opinion, wanted some of that stuff to get out because to make that whole, we were there, like to make that whole shebang, like even the whole producer and whatnot coming out and saying, hey, don't. I'm like, y'all talking to a whole room of grown folks. This is going to be out before the night is over, but I guess, like,
Yeah.
And
Hold
Queen
on. And then let me go to Linda real quick. But Linda, hold on. I got to go to my super chats.
Okay,
Linda, you
thanks.
have to teach me how to say your first name. Give me listen.
You can just call me Linda. It's I just put loquacious. Loquacious.
Okay. Okay. Loquacious Linda is up next, y'all. Give me 1 second. Loquacious Linda is up next. I had to practice. All right.
Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money.
All right. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly by way of C Rich. Big Bank Hank. C Rich is in the building with the 50 piece super sticker. We appreciate you. Thank you for blessing us. Blessings on me. And Kendra Armstrong, baby, is gifted 5 Queen Sheba Darling memberships. For those of you that are lucky enough to receive them from YouTube, congratulations to you. Kendra, we appreciate you for blessing the people in the palace on the behalf of the Queen, honey. All right, let's see. Journey to Jasmine with a 10 piece almost snuck by me. She says, people who don't think for themselves take issue with people that do. Shoot. We don't always agree, but I love a woman who stands on her square and provides excellent conversation. Love you, Queen. And I love you, Princess. I love you, Princess. And listen, if I call y'all a princess, it is not an insult. It just means that you're a little bit younger than me.
I don't take offense to that.
But you
Shoot,
know,
I'm
but
still royal. Shit, I ain't
yeah, you better
no
say
yeah. I ain't no peasant. I lost
yeah.
coleslaw.
We
Shit.
don't do those.
You better ask
Okay.
Coleslaw.
Okay. I've been a
We don't
princess
do
my whole
them.
life. It's giving.
Come on.
Yes, it's giving. It's giving. Okay, Janice Walker with a 20 piece. She says, in my opinion, this is Mel's last season. She started the show with short hair. She will finish it with short
Ooh.
hair. Come on, evolution. I
Ooh.
said what I said. All right.
That's big Scorpio energy. I'm
That's
here for that.
big energy.
Okay.
Look, Baraka Bib with a 10 piece again. Ooh, Baraka, where you work at? You got that money, 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 money comes to me. Baraka says, love the great conversation in the palace. So do we. So
Love
so
you,
do we.
Baraka.
Listen, let me ask y'all something. For those of you that are in the chat, what are y'all doing right now? Are y'all at home having a cup of coffee? Are you in your car? You getting your hair did, your nails done, pedicure? What? What are y'all doing? You at your kid's soccer game? I'm nosy. I like to paint a visual. What are y'all doing while y'all listening to this show? Let us know in the chat. Let us know. Justine Battle with a 10 piece, honey. She says, thanks for being you, queen. No, thank you for allowing me to be me freely, flaws and all. Thank you for allowing me to be me. Boot Frida, a welcome new member. We will see you behind the palace walls. Charlene Wheeler, new member. Welcome to the palace. We will see you behind the wall. And with that being said, Loquacious, Linda, you got the stage.
Okay, so hello everyone. I am a longtime viewer. There are several content creators that I watch. I just never really say anything. But this situation, it made me upset. It made me upset because if it was not for the content creators, the viewership of the show would not be what it is. The content creators pretty much have given life to the show. The cast of the show is questionable. Their integrity, some of them, is questionable. And I wrote down, I was like, what happened this week that would have made and I don't know who's striking the channels. I saw one person did say Carlos was the one who struck their particular channel. Another one, I'm not for sure. But you know, what was going on this week? You had the whole situation about the Scotts and their event. You had Fletcher's daughter. She was given a platform to speak about her issues this week. Previously, Kiki has come to content creators. You know, there have been a few different members of the cast who've gone to content creators. So I'm wondering, maybe, you know, is that something they're upset with? Carlos does not even speak on Love and Marriage Huntsville on his show. He does so much stuff with Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta, pretty much everything that's going on with Bravo. What you have your own show. You don't even promote or talk about the cast and the characters of your show. So to me, I think that's questionable as well. I would do a blackout. If it were me, just black out. I personally didn't watch the show until I saw the reviews after the show, and then I would go watch it later on in the week. So I always my first mind is to go to the content creators. Let me get the review there. Do I want to watch the show or not? Sometimes I'll watch it. I'll be behind. So I would black out. At first, my thought was, okay, still review the show. If they struck the channels down, if your channels got monetized and YouTube saw nothing wrong with it, then keep doing what you're doing. But you can also black it out and see what happens there. So that's what I said what I said.
All right. I was clutching my pearls. She said what she said. I said, you gotta stand on business. Look, they busy, y'all. Are y'all seeing these comments in the chat, what they're doing while they're listening to the show? The real
People
Nikki she's cleaning her bathroom. Somebody was about to say something.
Oh, I said people are working, cleaning.
Doreen says she eating sausage and pancakes. That sounds
I'm
good.
jealous.
Somebody's mama's making greeting cards. Look,
That's
somebody
good.
else. Kendra's at home in her soft clothes. What's soft
Yes.
clothes? What that mean?
Ooh, sweats, girl, sweats.
It feels
Okay.
like boucle material.
Oh, that little knit squishy material.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, everybody get on Amazon and get some soft clothes for next week.
For
soft
Valentine's, make
clothes?
some gifts.
That seems like something we need to bring on the cruise.
Yeah,
Soft
some
clothes.
soft clothes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
don't
Ooh, that
get
sounds
on.
luxurious.
Mhm.
She grocery shopping. I know you
Can I
fucking lying
ask?
at home. Listen, that's her name. I know you effing lying. Look,
I love it.
Girl,
Oh
I know
my
that's
gosh,
right.
that is so funny. Is
somebody.
that him for hot tea? I hear.
I don't know.
Where?
No.
This is
And
just Angel. Somebody's voice. I know. I've watched their.
Oh no. Oh, you mean on the chat?
Yeah, somebody here.
Oh
Somebody
no,
that
no,
I
no.
listen
I don't
to.
think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, not on the chat. She's not behind. You mean on the panel? No, she's not on the panel.
Somebody that's on the panel. I've listened to their
Journey
content.
to Jasmine. That's Journey to
I
Jasmine.
hear. I know Journey's voice. Who else up here?
No, that's it. Simone Wealthy. You may hear her all the time.
Simone. Okay, I do know that.
You know why? Let me tell you who she sounds like. You want to say it, Journey?
Nah, you say it.
You say it. Okay, let's see if Joy know. Who does Simone sound like, Joy?
Oh, now I'm like, hold on.
Let Joy. Let me see if Joy know. Joy, who does Simone sound like?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I don't have the name.
At first, I said you say it because I couldn't think of what you were talking about. Now I know.
Who gonna say it?
All right, but I don't want to be wrong.
It's only one person she sound like.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look. I was not trying to evoke that spirit and be wrong. I'm trying to
See, I didn't want to edit that like that, but somebody did. Queen Shiba, but why did somebody say that in the comments? And I was screaming. I said,
somebody
no.
said it in the comments. Hold on, let me go find it.
All right, now I know who here.
She's still,
Yes.
she's still out here wilding these streets. Beware. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, we are so full. Let me go find it. Well, who said it?
I don't know. It was earlier. Somebody said, "Oh no, not let it be another anonymous," and I was so tickled. I said, "Oh no,
come on."
You know what? You know what? Hold on. I think it's because it's the Midwest accent. That's what it is.
It very well
It
could
is
be.
because if it's the same person who you know they kind of dox or whatnot, we live in very close proximity, so we have the same texture, tone to our voice.
Yes, y'all do. And baby, I
Mhm.
watch you from my membership. It took me. I said, let me listen to
For
it.
real
again.
though.
All right, let me give it one more try. Let me listen to it. She coming up on my panel.
Y'all do sound alike, but I can tell y'all apart though.
No.
Hers is way more nasally than yours. Way more nasally, for real.
When I tell you, I'm screaming."
Oh my God. But no, she right down the highway.
That's hilarious.
Hold on. Look, why did Journey to Jasmine whisper it to my anonymous?
I know.
You know what? Look, I said I'm not trying to vote that spirit, and I'm not trying to be wrong. Yeah,
We ain't speaking it.
Simone, you better listen. You better.
I know you gotta call it. I know you gotta
it.
call it by its name, but
She was scared to
No, that is not me. No.
Oh my God, y'all are hilarious.
Oh, no, ma'am. Sorry.
Girl whispering, she's scared. Anonymous.
But we from the same area. That it has to be that Midwest sound. It has to be
Our accent. I'm from Ohio, and people are always like, "Are you from down south?"
Everyone up here migrated from Mississippi, Arkansas.
Exactly. All my Chicago family from Mississippi and North Carolina.
Gigi said we cool. Gigi said y'all so silly. We really are. No, that's Journey to Jasmine whispering like she's scared. Anonymous.
She had the church finger up.
Whispering.
I'm scared.
Scared.
Do not
I
talk
was.
her up. Please do not talk her up.
I wasn't
Please.
sure. I wasn't
Beetlejuice.
sure.
Ooh,
I
the
like
chat
that.
would have been in shambles if she said yes.
I'm like,
Oh, please,
I'm like,
no.
should I say Essie McNeil instead?
Oh, no. Oh, gosh, no.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. Listen,
Oh,
y'all
jeez.
not gonna get me in trouble with Anonymous.
Whew.
Y'all
I
not
ain't-
gonna get me in.
Y'all got my nerve.
Hold
Cheeks hurt. I ain't
Hold
fooling
on.
with y'all.
Even,
on.
look, Jasmine, even Chef Don Don laughing at you. Yeah. Look, Chef Don Don, when she scared, she told me, Anonymous. Anonymous.
I was not scared. I'm like,
Yes, you
I don't
was.
play with the
Like, I ain't
spirits.
trying
I
to
don't
build
play
up
with
that
the spirits
spirit.
now.
Oh Lord, even Chef
Oh,
Don
no.
Don said you scared of
We
Anonymous.
rest on not a good smoking
I'm
blood.
a powerful manifestor. I wasn't about to cook that spirit up now.
Come on now.
Anonymous got y'all, baby. Hemmed up.
That
Okay.
is not the day I'm trying to have. Mm-mm.
That's like saying Candyman, baby.
Exactly,
It's like
somebody's
saying
mama.
Candyman.
I
Oh,
want you.
man.
I ain't about to say it 3 times. Believe that.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Listen,
Woo!
let me go. You know
I ain't
what?
fooling with y'all. Yeah.
Let me go to my
Ooh.
super chats. I'm not gonna do this. Let me go to my super chat.
Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money.
Yes, money comes to me flowing effortlessly. A huge thing. Oh, 1901 Casanova with a 5-piece and a pepper honey. Thank you, King. We appreciate when the men come up out of that money. Hey, put it on and make 'em wanna marry me. Yes. Y'all don't know that song by Rashida, huh? And Kirk.
You know what? Queen, you are messy.
Woo-woo.
Yes. Somebody's mama with a
I am in
5-piece.
tears.
Look, somebody's mama is on your ass this morning, Journey to Jasmine. She with a 5-piece. She say, say her name 3 times and she will appear like Candyman. She ain't gonna do it. She's scared. Anonymous.
I ain't, cause look, she out here playing in these streets, and I play for real.
Listen.
I
Nah, y'all.
ain't scared. I'm scared of me, not her.
Listen, y'all better stop before you have narcissistic traits in a 10-slide presentation.
Honey,
Listen.
I can I feel frivolous lawsuits and
Somebody gonna send it to her. Look, Cookie from the shy. Cookie with a 10-piece. That's why I don't come up. People say that I sound like her too because of my deep. Oh, Cookie. Anonymous. I'm just kidding.
We got the best of both worlds. We got the North and the South blended in. So that's why we sound the way we sound, y'all. We got my daddy straight from Mississippi, my mom from Detroit. So you get what you get.
You get what you get. Yes. And then we got some new members in the house. Let me see.
Welcome.
Frito, welcome. Congratulations to you, Charlene Willer. Welcome to the palace. DG, welcome to the palace. And TT or TT. Either way, welcome. With that being said, y'all, let me ask you something real quick. Charlamagne came out, issued an apology to Monique. Chat, what are your thoughts? Long overdue? Didn't have to do it? He should have stood on business? Where are you with this apology that he issued to Monique? And why does Monique deserve an apology when it's, I'm just saying, when it's just a radio show?
What did he do?
Hey, everybody has been the other day, like the Breakfast Club.
He made her donkey of the day.
Okay, and she feels like no, she should have never been donkey of the day. How do y'all feel about that? In direct relation to the apology, what are your thoughts?
It wasn't that deep.
Oh,
I didn't even see the apology, but it was just. I mean, it's so many years like it was just the donkey of the day. That's literally just something they've always done with their show. They picked her that day. She's a comedian. Let it go. I don't know. Some things ain't that deep. I'm riding with her on some things, and some things I'm like, yeah. I get it if you needed it.
Angel.
Lord George, she deserved the apology right along with the girl he did 20, 30 years ago what he did to that girl. So yeah, she deserved it for that. I mean, he deserved to apologize for that because I don't think he should be where he's at anyway, but that's just me.
Well,
I agree with you on that. I'm just not conflating the two issues. Yeah. Two-tone Charlamagne, nah, I ain't fooling with him. But I'm just saying in this particular case,
I
I
call him short Lamaine. He ain't but
His
5
nickname
feet.
is lower charge, because he pleaded to a lower charge to
yes,
get out of
let's
trouble. Lower charge,
let's charge Charlamagne.
lower charge. Okay.
Shout out to
Joy,
Oprah.
Joy, what are your thoughts, Joy? You
Listen.
appreciate the apology. It's not that serious, but what are your thoughts?
It's not that big. It's not that serious to me. I genuinely feel like it goes back to that master gaslighter thing. Apology for what? Like, first of all, it was how many years ago? And then he's given it to several people. And I just still, I know I'm in the unpopular opinion category, but to me, she's a master gaslighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, okay, what he did, I think sometimes you can listen to stuff long enough, you'll gaslight yourself into saying, well, dang, maybe I was wrong. And I feel like he might have, sipped a little bit of that Kool-Aid and said, well, let me give her an apology. But what are we apologizing for?
I hope he just wanted to shut her up.
But you know what?
You know what? Okay, let me ask y'all something. Has somebody ever come to you and say, you really hurt my feelings? And when you said A, B, C, D, and in your head, it's not about being right or wrong, but maybe you felt like that wasn't my intention. But guess what? I'm going to apologize to you for how you feel. I apologize to you because that was not my intention. Have you ever apologized to somebody not because you were wrong, but because they felt hurt?
Yeah. Yes, I have. Because people's feelings do. This is just angels. Because people's feelings do matter to me. But it's one of those things where woman up, man up. Realize two things can be true. You can be offended even though I didn't mean to offend you. And we, at Journey to Jasmine, we got to stand on what we stand on. I'm not going to sacrifice my point for yours. So I'm sorry that you were hurt. That was not my intention. But when's she gonna apologize?
That's a good question to the chat, because we got a lot of y'all that are Monique, and that's good. I love a good diverse conversation. Let me ask you to the Monique supporters: has she taken accountability for anything? And when is she going to apologize? Do those of you that strongly stand on Monique's side feel like she should there's some things that she should take accountability for by way of an apology? Yes or no? Let's see the chat. Nope. Okay. So crafty Lion says nope. Sandra said yes. I don't. Okay. Yep. That's true. Okay. They say you made a good point, Jess. Who else? Okay. Somebody said Monique did. Lovers of Animals says she did apologize.
For some
James said nope, she shouldn't. Miss Wynn said nope.
Yeah, I'm like, apologize for what, Uppity? I'm with you.
Oh, so Monique is a Cancer? Because Rose Armstead says my husband is a Cancer. He likes me.
No, she's a Sagittarius, December 11th to be exact.
I know something she could apologize for. Number one, she weaponized another woman's trauma.
That's true.
As somebody who, and I'm gonna get personal.
That's one thing.
I've been the victim of SA.
Of molestation. That's what we talked about, y'all. Sexual abuse.
Yes, she has as well. As someone who's been through that trauma, it shows up in almost every aspect of your life. So how dare you get into a petty beef with my daddy and I catch a stray? You cause that kind of division and chaos in my household because you don't got no peace in yourself as a woman. Daddy should have told you about that.
Now I gotta back you up on that one. Now she was dead wrong for that.
And let me ask the audience. Monique,
I was just gonna say she claims to not be. I apologize, Queen. She claims to not be directing her at the wife. If you say whoever sucks are cowards, and I'm the one in the position to, you've offended me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not talking. So this is what we're talking about. D.L. Hughley's daughter was sexually abused by his friend.
Her friend, I thought.
No, it was his friend.
It was his friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, at one point, I heard
hold on. Let me give him the rundown. Hold on. She was sexually abused by his friend, his child, his daughter, who's now a young adult. In the battle between DL and Monique decided to aim and take out his daughter and utilize her sexual abuse, her childhood molestation to cripple the dad. Is that fair?
No.
Is all fair in love and war? In the chat, on the panel. Let's go one by one because I want everybody to be heard. Joy, finish up what you were saying because you brought it up, and then I'm gonna go down the line.
I was just saying that to me is disgusting. And for somebody that always goes on about that baby love, and I'm here to support anybody who will weaponize trauma that deep, especially when they know what it means, that's a no good person.
Okay. All right. Jess Angel, what are your thoughts?
I agree there. And I'm the one that threw in. She claims she was not taking aim at his wife. Then why bring up anything that involves anybody else? I agree with what Joy said. And she's offended others as well with that gaslighting that she doesn't claim. So I'm not expecting an apology when somebody doesn't think they're wrong, but it bothers me that she thinks she's right about everything.
That's true. Let me read something. Uppity says D.L. Hughley did not believe his own daughter when she said his friend sexually assaulted her, and Monique called him a POS for doing it. There was already chaos and division in that. Okay, let's just say, hold on. No. Does that give you a right as a woman to bring it up? That's my daddy not believing me is a whole. But does that give her a right to utilize that little girl's experience as a part of her argument? See, we're talking about morals here. We're not talking about what the daddy believed and the technicalities. Well, at least that's uppity. What I'm saying is when you dig to the agenda was to win the fight. Did she have a right to utilize that little girl? Or do you feel like people have a right to utilize your sexual assault, whether you're a woman or a child, to win an argument? How about that? Would
Set
you
me in,
like
queen.
someone?
There we go.
Let's just do that. Would you like somebody to bring up your sexual assault? I'm not talking to you, Uppy. I'm talking about everybody. Would you be okay? Would you be completely comfortable if I utilize your sexual assault, your childhood molestation to your mom or your dad to get my point across? Or am I out of line? That's my question. I really want y'all to think about it.
Can you repeat it? I'm sorry.
I said a lot. Is it fair for an adult to utilize anybody's sexual trauma against them to win an argument?
Absolutely not. And I will also say that although I can agree with Monique in some parts of this interview and her plight overall throughout these years, there are other parts that I'm like, nah, she's dead wrong. And I don't understand why we just miss this mark of nuance every time. I can like a person in this instance and then dislike something they did in this instance. And I will definitely say even her callousness in the way she described the situation with DL. Do I like him or his comedy or his stance? No, I do not. It's not he's not my cup of tea. And I do agree that he admitted that he did not believe his daughter or acknowledge, her pain. However, that never in any way, shape, or form gave Monique the right to weaponize his child's experience against him to one up him in this comedy, a seemingly just career comedy battle. The comedy is their career, and how far is too far? She's not the comedian. So why did his action in her pain need to be weaponized? That was just where, to me, it crossed the line. I honestly, where has Monique been as a comedian
Monique
anyway?
ain't been nowhere but complaining about her life. Period. Point blank. Lady B says, whomever would have gotten them paws put on them. Yeah, behind my kid. Yeah. Listen, I can take slugs all day from you, but don't be talking about my kid and what she went through.
Queen Sheba, on the piggyback of that, I have a question, or can I ask a question?
Sure.
To piggyback on where she says, "Where's Monique the comedian?" I want to know who has done Monique right, because all I've heard is tee-ups of how someone has helped her in some kind of capacity, and then when it gets muddy between daddy negotiating or whatever Monique wants, then it's pulling out the guns. This person ain't no good. This person don't do right. So I want to know, number one, when is Monique gonna be a comedian again? And then number two, Who has done Monique right? Or is it when you don't get what you want that they're bad, they're evil?
Okay.
I.e., Kevin Hart gave me some money, but then his manager back in, we can't do the deal. And now Kevin Hart's exactly what Cat Williams said he was. I'm like, girl, pick a struggle.
The
They
problem
are.
with Monique is emotionally complicated, and she hasn't shifted through and really processed her own emotions. So with Monique is like riding a roller coaster. I gave you all a very visual explanation of what Shannon Sharp was able to do with her in the interview. I said, she's like a
Mhm.
roller coaster. She had him at the top. And when she walked in, you know how you ride a roller coaster and it drops and your heart goes through your stomach? She came in like that. To me, Monique, and I'm trying to answer your question, Monique comes in at a 10 to set the tone in the room. I'm the head bitch in charge. I'm running this shit. And that's because of her trauma. She's always in a heightened state. And it took about 40 to 50 minutes. So as you can see, a lot of people logged off the first half of the interview because they were not able to follow her, right? They were not able to follow her because you don't know the rules of engagement with her. It shifts from one moment to the other because Monique is looking for your weak spots and your weak points. And then after Shannon stood tall and proved himself subconsciously, because she even poked him and challenged his masculinity when she brought up Skip Bayless and what he should have done and how he should have did this and check Skip. That's not what we're here for. And Shannon stayed in character. So the question is with Monique, it's hard. People run from her because she has this heavy persona. She said she's aggressive. Somebody even went off on me. You're calling a black woman aggressive. You need to leave. You need to leave.
I know you lying.
You know how the white Karens, you need to leave. You need to leave. Hold on. Listen, ma'am, I need you to go watch the
Let me
interview.
tell you, Monique
That lady called
inspired me
herself
to get on the
aggressive.
stage.
Look, that
She
lady said
did.
she's aggressive. She says
She
she's
said
a
that.
fighter. She says she's coming in raw and heavy and da 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 da. So what are you talking about? So Joy, to answer your question, I don't think people understand the rules with her. And when people don't understand your rules and she changes and she moves the goalposts, you clear one hurdle. Kevin Hart cleared it. Yes, I'm going to work with you. Okay, now call Tyler Perry. He cleared that hurdle, even though that wasn't part of the agreement. Okay, you know what, Mo? Tyler said he don't want to revisit it. Let's just focus on that. Okay, cleared the third hurdle. Hey, Kevin, I'm having a bit of financial da 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 da. Okay, he cleared. Girl, I'm done. I can't work with you. And I think people don't know the rules, and she changes the rules as she goes. And she makes it very difficult to be in relationship with her. Give me 1 second. Kim, welcome to the stage.
Hey, Queen, how are you?
I'm good. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. I just want to piggyback. No, I want to stand on business right now. I'm going to
Uh-oh.
stand on business and stay in my lane because if you come over in my lane, we finna do both bumper cars, Monique. So therefore, Monique is wrong for mentioning anything about any trauma about a child being abused. Number one. Number two, Monique, in my opinion, and allegedly, is the devil. And the devil's job is to go to and fro. That's the only job he has, and that's what she's doing. And ain't nobody got time for that, boo. So she gonna have to step aside because nobody's gonna listen to her. I'm not. I used to love Monique. I really did. Until I found out what spirit she really was operating on. And she's not operating on a spirit of a strong woman to me. She's operating on a strong devil, in my opinion. I said what I said.
Oh, and she stood on business. She said what she said. And I appreciate you coming up, Queen, and just handling your business and signing it and sealing it and delivering it. Thank you, Kim.
Thank
I
you.
have a question.
Right.
If she's the devil, what is Oprah? Because Oprah brought her brother on the show who molested her.
Hold on.
What is
Monique
Oprah?
gave her permission to do so, to bring the brother.
Right, but Oprah was molested as well. So why do it? Why give him a platform? He didn't apologize. I remember looking at that. He didn't apologize. He looked very self-righteous, in my opinion. So we have to put a lot of people in that devil category.
But as Queen Sheba said, she asked for permission. And that's the difference, right? So I hear what you're saying, but I think the difference is being given the context and being given the opportunity to say yay or nay versus something being popped up on you. And
Okay.
I just have a question, okay?
Okay.
Despite how people may feel about certain black uh I hear Oprah and Tyler Perry name being thrown around a lot. And so this is just a blanketed question. How come as a black community, when we have black millionaires or people
Hold
that
on,
are
hold on. Somebody needs to mute. Somebody has okay, go ahead. Somebody we have an echo. Keep going, Joy.
Why is it that when we have black figures that have amassed or made it to the level of being a black millionaire, a black billionaire, or they have accomplished the dream in terms of wealth, that we demonize them or pick them apart? And if you can have your feelings about them, but I'm just trying to figure out, why are we as a community, I feel like we're the only people that do it.
Anybody? Okay, let me give that to Journey to Jasmine. What are your thoughts in 30 seconds or less, if you want to answer that one? If not, I can give it to Simone or Jess.
Frame it to me one more time, please.
Oh, I was just saying, why is it that when it comes to our black, like, celebrities, millionaires, billionaires, or our celebrity figures, I feel like the black community picks them apart more harshly, and I don't see that in other communities. So I'm trying to figure out, why is it that we do that?
Well, and I assume that you're saying that we pick them apart in the public. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in the public, that's the media, and that, we don't realize as a people that that is propaganda as a whole. Like, the whole media is a tool literally just to push product on us, to make us consumers. Like, literally used to call stuff like the soap operas because they were selling soap. The whole point of TV is for consumerism. Anyway, since we as a people don't get that point, it's easy to market things to us, and since they want to keep us in a lower nature overall, that's why we're, fed the celebrities that won't even take a stance for us. So the fact that people are even looking to our celebrities and whatnot to take these different stances is asinine as it is, because they're not the people for that. They wouldn't have been selected had they been the people for that. I think
That's
it's
it.
time for people to take a stance for themselves and stop waiting for other people to do it for them. That's kind of my thing on that.
All right, Mary Willis, I want to get to you. Welcome to the stage. What you standing on I Said What I Said Saturdays? Mary, you're on mute.
Okay.
You got to come off. There you go. Mary.
Hello?
Wait. Hit it one time. Press it one time. There you go.
Oh, okay. Queen, what was the question?
No, that's okay. That was for the panelists. You got the floor to share what you came up to say.
I came up to say that, you know what, we don't understand what's going on with the Black community, far as we are so busy judging each other. You understand what I'm saying, Queen?
Yes, ma'am. Break it down for us. Give us a little bit
Okay,
more
now,
potatoes.
okay. What was the question? Because I was in here washing up.
The question is, are we too hard on each other? Are Black people too hard on each other when we make it? Like the fact that Monique is coming after Tyler and Oprah as Black billionaires, and won't even say the Hughes name of Liongate, won't even say his name, refuses to say his name, but quick to throw Tyler and Oprah under the bus publicly, as opposed to handling it behind the scenes like they wanted to do initially. Do you think Black folks are too hard on each other?
I believe that we judge. I'm 65 years old, Queen. And guess what? We don't hold togetherness as a special. Like when our ancestors in the cotton field, I don't want to go deep, but I have to. We was unity. We weren't picking each other apart. We wasn't. You know what? We just loving each other through it. If they see her sister picking the cotton and her hand was cut up, she worked with her sister. We don't want to work with nobody We just want to judge each other. Queen, you're doing that. And I love you, Queen Shiva, because guess what? You're teaching the young. You're teaching us. We're not perfect. We are not perfect. I guarantee you. We need to know we're not perfect. You are the head. Queen Sheba, you know what? The YouTube respect you. You're the head because he respect your people. And we love you for that. I know I love you for it. And
I
guess
appreciate
what? I'm going to tell you this, Queen Sheba. We are the first one. When we wrong or we make a mistake, we tear us apart. Pick us up. Wipe us off. We made a mistake. It's okay. We start all over again. Oprah, Tyler Perry, they're not perfect. But we have to know to say, you know what? It's okay. You did wrong. We're going to dust you off. We're going to send you back out there, but you can't do that no more. Queen Sheba, I'm going to tell you what you're looking at. Can I tell you this?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
are honoring the YouTube. You're honoring it. You didn't want this, but you got it. Queen Sheba is YouTube. You are a queen. We wait. What did Queen Sheba say? You didn't pick that out. You didn't do that on your own. God bless you. I'm 65 years old, Queen Sheba. You are honoring it. We wait. We wait and say, whoa, all the garbage that goes on with us, the young people on YouTube, we wait. See what Queen Sheba gonna say.
Thank you.
Once you say it, Queen Sheba, okay, whether it's wrong or right, the young people start thinking. And it's heavy for you because you have to make sure what you do on that speaker, you honor yourself. And I'm not just saying it, I promise you I'm not. Queen Sheba means something. That's why you have to watch yourself. Because guess what? Queen Sheba, you didn't pick this out, Queen Sheba. No, you didn't pick it. But I'm 60. Queen Sheba, I love you. You're intelligent. You're intelligent because when you come on the mic, you know if something happened, those young people, those YouTube girls, the gossip girls, Sadie 803, they're waiting. We gotta wait to see what she's saying. It's very serious now. You know how when we was young, it was Martin Luther King, right? Now it's Queen Sheba. What's she saying?
Wait a minute, you might be giving me too much credit.
No. It's just
Hold on now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We're waiting because it's something here. It's something here. When we was younger, it's something here. We're waiting on it. We all know our thinking, but guess what? They honor you, Queen Sheba. They honor you. And guess what? They disrespect you. No, you're not their Lord of Lord, Kings of Kings. They respect you. Like they keep on saying, Melanie does. You know what? Stop acting like we so stupid. We honor you, Queen Sheba. And what we does is, those young people, they on YouTube. You got the gossip girls. You got all the. I'm old, so I just turn on and I like the gossip girl. I love Queen Sheba, but Queen Sheba, you hold in the name of Jesus.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, baby. I'm not saying you don't make. I'm not saying you don't make mistakes. I'm just saying that God has blessed us. Well, when you come on that YouTube and stuff, because I'm learning it now. I'm trying to be intelligent. You know what? There's something going on. When Queen Sheba come on and say, whoa, this don't sound right. they respect you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming up, Mary. We
Oh,
appreciate you.
okay, baby. Thank you, Queen Sheba. Keep doing what you're doing.
I will. Thank
God bless you from the top of your head, from the bottom of your feet, and
Amen.
your family too. You hear me?
And I receive it right here, right now. In the name of Jesus, I receive it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Amen.
baby, very
Amen.
much.
I love you, Miss Mary.
I love you too, Mooka. I'm watching you.
And keep praying for me, okay?
I will. I cover
Okay.
you in the
Thank you.
blood
All
every
right.
day, in your family too, Sugar Pie.
Thank you, sugar.
Aw,
Okay, honey.
Oh,
We're
she
gonna drop
sounds so
down Miss Mary. Miss
love
Mary
you.
did good. Thank you all. Thank you all for working with Miss Mary, the doctor of love. Welcome. What you standing on, Queen?
Yes. I'm sorry. What did you say?
What you standing on today? Welcome to I Said What I Said Saturdays.
Okay, yes, I am standing on what Monique has been saying. I've been standing with Monique since the beginning. And I'll say this because um, as Black women, we are underpaid. And I do not feel like she should have been quiet. And I do not feel like she should have went to all these higher ups, as individuals said, or as people are saying, when we are supposed to be our brother's keepers and
Mm.
our sister keepers, to say that if we walk in a room, okay, if you walk in a room and you're interviewing, let's say, with another sister, okay, you would expect differently from her than you would expect from someone else. Okay. If I walk in a room and I do an interview with somebody and I kill the interview. I'm really good at what I do. I'm really good at in the interview. And then this person goes and act as if, oh, she may be problematic to work with, or oh, she may be this, or oh, she may be that. Instead of lifting me up, yes, I'm gonna have a problem. I have a problem. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
With that person or people, to say Monique do have issues with these individuals, and I understand why. And it's not just her, you know, or Taraji too. It's like, Oprah, we expect you to have been our keeper. Like, you know better about this production, this entertainment world. You know it a little bit better than us. And not that you know it, is that you're higher up. So can you either bring us up there with you or get us paid? We ain't saying get us paid a billion, but get us paid what we're owed.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that.
And can you sign it, seal it, and deliver it, please?
So that is more so, I feel like, what Monique, Taraji, and all of our women are saying.
Yeah.
And even when they're going to our men, and they went to our Black comedian men to say, somebody help us. You're on Netflix getting $5 and $6 million a episode. They giving me 150. Help me, stand with me as my brother.
And she
But
said, you gotta mm, stamp
but
it.
yes, but that's the thing with our people. When we say we need to stand together, that's real togetherness. Because if you come in my job, or what where I work, and you say, for instance, you have the same degree, same um credentials, I am gonna whisper to you what the pay is and what to ask for. I'm not going to be around there. Oh, I'm the highest paid. You stay below me. Da 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 da. No, no. And that's the one thing about our community or our culture. And I'm going to say our American, African American culture. We have to learn to stand together, and we have to learn to work in unity, because we can move things in unity. Um, if Oprah would have stood up for them girls and stood
Mhm.
up for Monique, stood up for Taraji, and said, hey, No, give these girls 7 million each. It would have been a different story, or whatever it is that they deserve. Or another thing Oprah could have done, when you were saying Precious was a low budget movie, you didn't know if it was going to make it. Okay, this movie made millions on millions. You could have went back to Monique and made it right. Say, yeah, we know we offered you 50,000, but this movie made over $100 million. Here's another 3 million for you for making this movie what it is.
And you
So
got to say, I said what I said.
yes, and I said what I said.
All right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes. We
Yes.
appreciate it. Listen.
And how to
That's
Exactly what
what
I was
Daddy
saying
should have
earlier
covered
about
her in her
Oprah.
contract.
That's exactly what I was saying earlier about Oprah. She is at the top. She is the highest billionaire black woman in entertainment. She is in a position to help us. But when we see her make all these excuses for the color purple and Taraji and all the other actresses issues that they had, and then when we see her with Monique, and when we see her allowing this clown producer to allow this woman to be abused on TV and let that monkey clown around and abuse her on reality TV. That's the issue. And we should be able to address her directly with that
Hold on.
because she
Somebody
is
made
in a
a good
position
point,
of
though.
power.
Simone,
Mm-hmm.
somebody made a good point. Damn Pam said, hold on. Oprah is not their manager. What's the point of having a manager when you need Oprah?
Mm.
I think that's a lot of heavy and lofty expectations.
Yeah,
That's
Oprah showed us who
no.
she was
And
years
that's my point.
ago.
But
But
that's your manager's job.
and
To
can I? Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
Oprah can't be tired.
I was gonna say, you know what? Break it down, Queen Sheba, because you come
Okay.
from you come from corporate America, and I do too. And I think what's missing here, you have I think there's a lot of misalignment and expectations when it comes to business
Misunderstanding.
and that sense of community.
Yeah.
This is a business.
Yes. So
Oprah's
here's
not. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oprah cannot overrule a contract that Monique signed her name on it. The manager should have, but guess who the manager is? Guess who the
So,
manager is?
so
Her
Queen
husband.
Sheba, I'm so
Hold
happy you
on.
brought it up. We
Let me
need.
hold on. Let me let
Okay,
this
I'm sorry.
land.
Go ahead.
Guess who the manager is?
Her husband,
Daddy.
Boom.
Daddy.
That's on daddy. That's on daddy. Okay, go
But
ahead.
let's
That's all
not
I wanted
act
to
like
say.
we
I'm
can't
so
go back
sick.
and renegotiate. Let's not act like we can't
But that's on
renegotiate something and
daddy.
That's
add
If
the
the
fine.
other
addendum to
party
it.
is willing to.
So
Yeah,
That's
but what
on
Simone,
I'm saying is
daddy.
her issue
that's
with
perfectly
Oprah when she
fine.
had to travel more and do
That's
all
on
the extra
daddy.
stuff.
Oh, so
But
okay, let me paint the timeline for that. All right. At the end of the day, and this is my issue with Monique, what's Mary J. Blige, and a plethora of other black women or people in the our community who like don't your husband doesn't need to be your manager. However, we do need more black people in these spaces to advocate for our people. So that kind of is the double-edged sword. So instead of you know having your husband be that, how about championing another black person who you feel will have a better best interest for you in that steed? Now, there's a whole lot of layers to that because people do be stealing all types of stuff.
No, I disagree. Pause.
Okay, all right,
Y'all be putting too
correct
much
it.
expectation on people because they black and you black.
mm,
Stop it. We not doing that no more.
All right.
Contract
Let me
business.
we not doing that no more. Sue Crafty Lion, so Crafty Lion. I see you. You're up next. We are not doing that. You need to come to the table ready to go. And
Correct.
you need to come to the table well informed. You need to come together with a tight ass team because I do not have the time to go back and educate you on everything that you should have known when you
And
entered
that's my
into this
point.
business. And that's why
mhm.
you hire the help that can help you get there. So by the time you sit in front of me as a billionaire, like
Come
Taco
on.
Perry said, this should have been a short conversation. The way they spoke to that billionaire, period. Let's
Come
take
on.
his race out of it, was highly disrespectful. If you heard the recorded call, who the hell you think you are? Getting a CEO. I don't give a damn if he did call you. None of y'all would talk to a white CEO the way they spoke to that man on the phone.
Well,
They
she would.
listen. Even if he did lie, you didn't caught your boss in many lies. You
Mm-hmm.
done caught your boss in many lies. People done said they done sent an email and you said, no, you didn't. But you said in a way that's respectful. So you don't get to disrespect somebody because they black and they're a billionaire. Monique did not handle her business the right way. Monique could
Bingo.
have got way more than what she was asking for if she would have been respectful. That's my point.
Well,
Y'all don't
Taraji handled her business the correct way, and she still had to beg and scratch to get what she
How that
wanted out
goes.
of that.
Simone, she was very Did you hear that phone call between her and Tyler?
No, no,
She,
no, I'm talking about Taraji. This is after the experience of the whole Monique situation. Oprah,
Right.
Steven Spielberg, Quincy Jones, all those people are investors and executive
Right.
producers of that
And then
movie.
she
Yeah,
So
didn't.
she
there's
Let me
been
tell
handled,
you
there's
she
been
why.
still
plenty
said
of respectful people.
after
Let
all of the projects that she's done, and we know she's done great projects, she still says she almost backed out. So she had
Listen,
good representation.
let me tell you something. When you make it, those of you that make it, Taraji had no business speaking for herself about
Come on.
the condition of her trailer. Guess what? So she don't be the bad guy. You get your fucking management team, you tell them exactly what to say in an email, and you let your management be the bad guy.
Vivica said that.
She did not handle her business. When people know that you are the stop and the go, they will disrespect you.
Mhm.
That's
Taraji
true.
came from behind the veil and
Yeah,
spoke for herself, and she should have never done that, being the great queen that she is. You send
this
the
is true too.
messenger, not the queen,
Mm-hmm.
to negotiate. You send the messenger.
Come
So
on
even
now.
Taraji cheated herself out of an opportunity. She should have sent her manager or her attorney, period, point blank.
So Queen, I gotta challenge you here because it goes right back to
Okay.
when Shannon said, "Oh, Monique, you know you'll get in trouble for recording people." She was like, "No, it's legal where I live, and had I not recorded him, then it would be his word against mine." So aside from what the whole respectability thing, and yes, two things can be true at one time, and that's the part that really like irks me about most things. People are so black and white when that's just not the world that we live in. The fact is, like, okay, yes, she was dead wrong. I haven't even let me not even frame it like that because I haven't listened to the audio. I haven't listened to it yet. If you, by what you're saying, she spoke to him disrespectfully. Him being Tyler Perry is a billionaire and whatnot. She spoke to him disrespectfully when he was, of course, trying to coax her into doing the press run. And of course, how she's spoken about Oprah Winfrey in the public has been deemed disrespectful to some people. Does that negate the wrong that they've done to her? It
Okay.
doesn't.
But no, sum up what you pushing back on because I'm trying to follow, but
Okay.
I think I'm confused.
Okay, so whether or not she was respectful in her delivery or how she came at them, it does not negate the fact that they have wronged her.
No, it does not negate the fact that they've wronged her. The point is, if you want me to see it from your point of view, come correct. Jess is my right hand duchess. If Jess come talking to me crazy about a mistake that I made on the show today, Jess
Mhm,
can come and say, listen, Queen, on this part of the show, I know you. They don't.
mhm,
And you said A, B, and C to Journey to Jasmine. Maybe I think she got her feelings hurt. And I'll be like, why? Da, da, da. We'll talk it out. But if she come and say, uh, da, 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 first of all, I'm gonna shut it down because of the way she came. Because
mhm.
when you push, people push back. Period.
Come on.
That's just human. That's like psychology 101. When you push, they push back. You come strong, they're gonna become defensive. They never even got to the table to be able to talk it through because Monique was on some type of you gonna hear me. She bulldozed her way through the conversation,
I
Mhm.
hear you. I
allowed
hear you.
her domineering personality to
Mm.
overshadow the wrong that was done to her. So by the
Honey, not vinegar.
by the
So
time they were
Queen,
done,
so
everybody
Queen,
forgot about the wrong.
so
I
They
hear you.
Queen,
I hear you.
Monique.
And you're not wrong that's why I say
so
it's layered.
Queen,
It's nuanced.
so
I'm
Queen. Let me say
that's
this.
true as well. It's
Okay,
And then
layered.
so
Crafty Line is up next after this. Go ahead. Somebody wanted to say something.
me, Dr. Love. So Queen, let me say this. You see how you stated how understanding you are, and a lot of us are. But do you think Oprah and Tyler is understanding like that?
Yes, I heard him on the phone. Y'all got to go listen to
Right. We heard him.
Go listen to
Snowfall.
it.
Y'all, they
yeah.
was
I heard
disrespecting
him
the
on the
fuck out of
phone too
Tyler Perry.
because I heard him on the phone too because he know he is being recorded. But for somebody to approach him and approach him respectfully, no.
But this is
No, hold on,
business.
hold on. Let's get to this. Okay, y'all, type in
Okay.
YouTube. Somebody just released it yesterday, and I heard it this morning before we got on here. And I was listening. I wasn't listening for the wrong. I was listening for the respect between the two parties. See,
Mm-hmm.
we know there's a wrong.
Absolutely.
We know there's a wrong. I think we all agree on that. But you got to come respectfully to the table. And the way Monique and her husband was talking to
Conflict
that man,
resolution.
it was disrespectful. You're not gonna get what you want out of him by coming with that approach. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you
I am
can't
not.
put people on the defense. You're right.
They was disrespectful
That's
to that
it.
man in that conversation.
And if it's
Yeah.
business, why are we
Yeah.
not handling it in a business setting? It
Matter.
goes
Art of
back
war.
to knowing your business. If
I-
you go up
Yeah.
to your job,
Contract.
if you go to your
And I
job
think
right now and you have a
right.
grievance, you're
Mhm.
not going to stand in front of a team meeting or stand in front of the lunch cafeteria and say, my manager didn't give me what I want and I've been wrong and da 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 da. No, you know what you do? You follow the proper chain. And it's not calling
Protocol.
up and not calling your boss's boss to say, hey, I need this thing. It goes back to business and respecting business, whether it's black, white, or in the middle. And Monique has not respected how business should be handled. Whether
And let
it's
me give you your props and your flowers. First of all, Joy is an
Mhm.
HR professional. Joy has coached me behind the scenes on how to have some tough conversation. Queen, you can't go in like that. You go in like that, you may as well, because the clock is going to be ticking on you. This is how this works. So listen,
Right.
we got some very, very astute women on this panel that's giving y'all. You got to come out of your feelings and your emotions. So when
Mhm.
the strategies that she's giving you is how to get shit done behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and because she knows and she sees it every day. She
Or
sees.
like someone said in the chat, maybe they need to fire all of these so-called managers and get whoever Brad Pitt and them have.
Leave
They can't
that
Because
afford it.
pulling or somebody.
They
and
can't
I feel
afford it.
like I would have been done that after movie 1 if I didn't get my money.
You got to afford
Okay.
it.
Mhm.
See, those managers, you
You
can't just.
gotta want to be represented too.
Well, and you got to remember that's the cream of the crop. When people start working with the likes of a Brad Pitt, you got to be worth their time and their investment. If they feel like they're gonna be kind of like negotiating coins, and by the time they get their cut, it's not. If Monique is making $50,000 and Taraji say I make only 100,000, the likes of a Brad Pitt's manager is not going to work for $10,000.
Well,
Come on.
But see, that
I
takes it
feel
back to
like
it definitely being
with
a
their
black and a
talent,
white thing. It's
I feel
definitely a
like
black and white thing
yeah,
because
but I
if
feel
it was
like
not
with their
for her
talent,
being black,
One at a
because
time.
Meryl Streep makes more money. She is the equivalent of Viola Davis, but Viola Davis has said the same things that Taraji's saying. Now she probably said them. I do think she said them in a different, a more, I guess, palatable or respectable manner,
way.
but she
Yeah.
said the same things. And as
Yes.
far as HR is concerned, HR is there for the employer. That's my
Exactly.
opinion. That
Well,
is
I don't.
my opinion. They're there to
Mm.
protect the employer. They could give a damn about the employee. They're there to protect the employer's interest to make sure that they don't get caught up in a situation they could potentially be sued. Okay, so when you're talking about HR is not always there as the great savior to help you out. They're there to protect the employer. They will do
Mhm.
things directly against the employee to make sure that the employer stays above board and doesn't get in a position to be sued. So I'm sorry about that HR thing. It's just not that black and white.
Well,
let
if
me
you
be
get
so
Exactly.
Joy,
Queen,
HR was
And
Queen
only
and
Sheba,
brought up.
one at a
Queen
time.
Sheba, can I
Wait,
push
wait,
back? And I just
everybody pause.
if you okay.
And I
One at
just
a
want to
time.
push back so I can make it clear about what Queen Sheba said. I'm not classic HR. I'm a diversity, equity, and inclusion senior manager that runs an entire program. And so the entire basis of my work is for everyone who is underrecognized, underprivileged, and have not got what they needed by way of not having enough people in the room, not having access to what we need to get ahead, and ensuring that the environment is even welcoming for us. So the strategies I create is not to protect an organization that 9 out of 10 times wasn't even thinking about us to begin with. My sole purpose is to give the tools, the resources, and the strategies for Black women, Black people, and other people of color that don't even have somebody to back them and say, hey, sister, hey, brother, let's do this a different way. Hey, you haven't even been in this space before, so let me give you the rules of how to get ahead. And
Mm.
I didn't get there. I didn't get there having to beg, grovel, or I've seen some certain comments say, oh, that's a slave mentality or respectability politics. It's about me understanding the business and understanding
Mm-hmm.
for us to get ahead, you
The
got to
blueprint.
understand the business and the architecture and the blueprint. And
Come
they
on.
not going, you can't go into the
Come on.
boardrooms and say, well, this is what I deserve. You have to show this is my value, this is what I have, and have the business and the structure behind it to prove it.
Oh, hold on,
So-
pause, y'all. We got to let that marinate. That's
Yeah.
powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And Joy
Mm-hmm.
is a mother-daughter team. So she has a queen whose umbrella that she's under. Her mother is also teaching her. Her mother has been in the game for quite some time. They're both members. I'm not going to share, you can see Joy's name here. But listen, let me say this real quick. And then we got to let So Crafty Lion in, DM, Sippy T, and Jocelyn. Y'all, the people are popping up. Listen, y'all are doing a hell of a job, panelists. They coming up. Listen, real quick. I think Black people, you need to practice what you preach. We preach diversity, equity, because we feel like by being diverse at the table, it's more profitable. But then you go get an all Black team that can't get you work, Taraji P. Henson. And as long as you've been in the game, the best that they can negotiate for you is 100,000, which takes it back to what Simone or somebody said, go hire the likes of a Brad Pitt's manager. It's too late now, because if you cry about The Color Purple, that tells me you haven't saved up. If you would have been saving, you can go and put that money down in front of that Brad Pitt manager that can go out and hustle and bustle and you utilize his white privilege to go get you some work. But if you have been settling for less, and if you listen, I'm gonna really say some things that people may not agree with. Just because it's all Black don't make it right. Just because it's all white don't make it right. If we practice what we preach, if Taraji Henson, and I love Taraji, but when I'm thinking about product, brand recognition, there ain't no way she should have been treated the way that she's been treated, which tells me you ain't got the right team. And I know we try, y'all be trying
Y'all
to hold
y'all acting like racism don't exist. Like, that's the crazy part.
Yes, exactly.
That's,
That,
y'all,
yes,
let me
y'all
finish.
acting like
yes.
racism and sexism is not a fact.
Brad Pitt's manager
You
is
know
not
what?
going to go after
They
Taraji.
do
It's going to
exist.
be difficult for her to get a Brad Pitt manager. It's going to be
She got the
difficult for
money.
her to get a Meryl Streep manager.
If
I
she
don't
got
care
the
how
money,
good she is. They're not going to accept her. They're not going to
not
fight for her.
necessarily. Okay, let me finish. Hold on. Let me ask the audience. If Taraji P. Henson, she got the body of work, she has the portfolio,
She got the talent.
she has the talent. She's
Mm-hmm.
worked alongside Brad Pitt, but we be so busy getting pulled. Well, I gotta go advocate for the Black community so they don't think I'm a sellout. Brad know you. Y'all did Benjamin Button. You did a hell of that was
Right.
one of her best movies, in my opinion.
Yep.
Period.
And
So
that's
she
when she
rubbed
should have
elbows
traded
with some of the
over.
best. You can't tell me that if she did not have the money, whatever it costs to retain Brad Pitt's manager, baby, money talk bullshit. Wow. If you got the money,
Money green.
Come
you
on
got
now.
the person.
But she
It ain't
ain't getting paid like that.
she ain't got the
That's
money.
what we're
That's
That's
saying.
true.
She
That's
don't
true.
got the
That's
money.
true.
She ain't
But
getting
that's what we're
paid
saying.
like
Some
Brad
of them
Pitt.
will
Queen,
take
let
them
me jump
on
in
for
here
their
for
talent.
a second.
Listen,
Because
Uppity said, hold on. Uppity said,
Paid.
Brad
That's
didn't help
why.
her. He not supposed to. And that's why I be coaching Black women. Don't walk in a room looking for help. Walk in a room looking to make a difference. Don't walk in a
Come
room
on.
looking for help, even if you need it. Walk
that's
in a
And
right.
room looking to make a difference and know how to sell yourself and know when to leave and know when to be quiet.
I mean,
Know
that's
when to
right,
sales.
read the room. You can walk in a
right.
room and tell when a fucker don't want you at the table. Guess what? It ain't nothing like
Bye.
Yeah.
But
And
part
that's
of the
some of them
problem,
will take
but
them because of their talent, how good they are.
Y'all need to
part
hear
of the
what
problem
Vivica
that
said.
hold
Taraji
on. So crafty
experienced.
lion. Let so crafty lion in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So I've been listening to everyone. Everyone is doing great. I've been listening to Monique complain for years. And one of the things I have never heard anyone say about Monique yet is because of Monique, I have this. What I have heard over years is Monique say, I've done precious and no one has given me this. No one has done this for me. No one has given me this. I deserve this. How come I don't have this? I'm still waiting to hear someone say, because of Monique, I have. I've achieved. I've acquired. All I've heard her say is what she deserves. I haven't even heard her say what she's done to get it outside of attacking someone, sending her husband after someone, disrespecting someone. If you come to the table every time or you step in the door and you're always on the defense, how can someone sit down and have a reasonable conversation with you? How can someone offer you something if you start out the conversation and you're in attack mode all the time? You can't have a conversation with her. TV Land once said they wanted to work with her, but because they watched how she handled everyone else, they didn't even offer her anything. They just chose to quietly step away. So you may very well have irons in the fire and the fire blew out, not because of something that you did. It's just because people are just like, you know what? I don't even want to go there. And that's what I've watched since Precious came out. How old is that movie? This isn't getting any better. And I'm not saying she's not deserving of it. I listened to I'm sorry, I don't know anyone's name, the lady that is the human resources expert.
Joy.
I'm an insurance manager and I deal in commercial insurance. And people are saying, how come Black people don't have this and how come Black people don't have that? It's because we don't protect ourselves the same way other people do. When we think about protecting ourselves, we protect our house, we protect our cars. We don't protect ourselves in a business mode. And when I say I'm an insurance manager, I'm not talking about houses and cars. I'm talking about cities and companies and carnivals and government entities. I deal in big insurance. There are very few people like me.
Can you give us an example? And when you say Black
an
people,
example of like, say like, and I'm just using this as an example, like Oprah Winfrey Studio or Tyler Perry Studio. I deal in insurance big like that. Anytime when you have a big policy, like one I might work on or one I might underwrite something on, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to produce, whatever you want to offer, you can't make a move without coming to someone like me, because I'm the person in between you and the company and saying, can I? This is what I want to do. I actually have to go over it with you and then present it to the company to make sure that it's okay. I'm your middle person. I have to sell it to you for the company. I have to sell it to the company for you. I'm the go-between. So I become your publicist in a matter of speaking. Most people don't even know this career exists. I didn't know it exists. Now you have to go to college for it, a risk manager. When I fell into it years ago, you kind of fell into it. But I don't see a lot of us come to someone like me for help. I see it on the construction side, not the Marceaus and those people. But
what should we be coming slow? Because you know what you're talking about, but we don't.
So let's say, for instance, if you started, let's use the people in Love and Marriage Huntsville. Melody, for her business, for her online business, or her public speaking business, for everything that she does, she may need protection for her professional liability. She may need general liability protection, cyber liability protection. She may have property. She may need protection for her consulting aspect of it. Any way that someone can come after you, that's how you need to protect yourself. If you're in the entertainment business, you may need to protect yourself. You can get hurt. You may misrepresent yourself. You may misrepresent the studio. Any way that you can do something wrong or you can cause a problem, that's where you need to protect yourself. We don't really think about things like that in a business setting. So say Monique, for instance, when she's sitting down, she's thinking about what she wants, but she's not thinking about the havoc that she wreaks outside of what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem that she's having. So when I look at it, I have the tip, because I've been doing what I do for so long, I kind of look at everything in a cause and effect way, which is a plus and a minus, or blessing and a curse. So when I listen to her, I think about all the things that can be good for her, but I think about all the things that she's doing wrong. You think about everything that you deserve, but you don't think about anything that you bring to the table for the person that you are asking for something from. You think about the money that you can make, but you have to let them know what it is that they get if they work with you. You can't just be deserving and not bring anything for the other person. You can't just come to me and say you should hire me because I'm worth it. Why are you worth it? Tell me why. What's in it for me if I work with you? That might sound selfish, but that's really what they want to hear. You're telling me why I should work with you? What's in it for me? What do I get out of putting up with you? Because you're a lot.
Yeah, you have to
That's a ugly, that's what they call an inconvenient truth. And that's the problem people are having with her, is that she's not giving them the inconvenient truth. You want us to put up with you and that Sydney and all that you are? What's the benefit in it for us? Because it's a lot. First of all, we have to deal with the fact that when you go on YouTube and you saying this and you do all of this, you put us in a certain type of exposure, and we have to deal with the legalities that could come out of what you might say. You're often slanderous. You know, that's an issue. I don't want to, aggressive is a word that can, offend people, but there's that can be an issue. You put us in situations where we might have some legal issues. We have to deal with that, and these are just things that I haven't heard yet. It bothers me. You brought in the D.L. Hughley situation. You victimized. Feel how you want to feel about his comedy. His daughter had nothing to do with whatever happened to you. You re-traumatized her. And yes, you did mention his wife. You called her stupid on stage. As part of your comedy act, you called out his daughter and his wife. They didn't have anything to do with the fact that he headlined over you. None of that should have turned into re-traumatizing an assault victim. I'm a survivor myself. I was attacked at gunpoint as a teenager. I can say it because I'm healed from it. But I don't think that I would deserve, I don't think that she should, get to drag me through it.
Come on.
I just hear a lot about what she deserves and not what she's giving, other than bad attitude.
And I said, you got to say it.
And it's inconvenient and it's a truth, but it is what it is.
Sign it, seal it, and deliver it.
That's what I had to say. Thank you for listening.
She said,
listen. Go ahead, Jess.
What she said.
And she said what she said.
And when I get a chance, I got something to throw in.
Look, hold on. That was beautiful. I want to take a second so it marinates and it lingers in the atmosphere. So Crafty Lion, can you please inbox me?
I will.
On Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
I will.
Do y'all appreciate this queen coming up and blessing us all with this knowledge?
Yes.
Damn, that was good.
She literally got to the heart of when we keep saying it's about business. She got to the root of why we keep saying it's the business. You got to understand the business of it. And I really like how she touched on about how when you throw strays at other people, how that makes you a liability. What if Monique and Sydney go into a room and they're saying, this is what I bring? You don't know if that person sitting across from you is a survivor of SA, but I've heard you call out somebody else in a distasteful manner. You think I want to do business with you now, Monique? Or better yet, I've seen you attack a corporation and air out a confidential contract. You think I want to do business with you? I'm scared. You might air me out because you didn't get what you wanted. And now you've inflated it for an issue that it's really not. And now I have to deal with the backlash of it. So it goes back to the business. And that's not to negate that, yes, there is racism, there is biases, there's inequities, but you have to know when what you're dealing with and when you're not dealing with it. And when you conflate it because you didn't know the business, like legitimately didn't know the business, then that's a problem. Were we dealing with racism and bias when you were dealing with Oprah and Tyler Perry? And I'm talking from the racial aspect. And I want to know, you gave grace to Netflix, but why aren't you giving grace to the others that you're saying have done you wrong? Didn't Netflix for a sizable amount of time say, I'm not going to do business with you, Monique? But when she got the check, we didn't hear no more.
Didn't hear a damn thing.
Listen, and then she insulted us. She said, when I got the check, y'all ain't talking now because how many of you know what a settlement is?
And
That's what she
also
said.
to also put the extra little stank on it. I'm a working person. I have to work every day. I'm not finna argue with a millionaire about how many more millions they need to get. Okay. And I know about inequities. I might be the only one in that bucket, but it just, to me, it comes from a very selfish place. And I want to hear more about, I've heard people say about Monique, she's advocated for Black women. She's come in the room and she's shifted things. She's helped. How? Please let me know one direct thing that Monique has done for you as a Black woman that has shifted the landscape for you.
Real quick, I got to get to my other people, y'all. They've been waiting so patiently for at least 20, 30 minutes. DM, welcome to the stage. What are your thoughts? Jocelyn, you're up next, followed by Willette Bacon. Willette Bacon, that's an interesting name. All right, DM, what's up?
Hi, Queen Shiba and everyone on the panel. This is my first time coming up on your panel, and I wasn't going to say anything, but I was just led to say that one thing that we have to understand. Sometimes we're talking apples and oranges here. You know, we don't want to disregard someone's pain and feeling of monies that they feel that they're owed, that they should receive. But at the same time, we have to be mindful that your actions and your first face, if that's what I could say, that you put out there in the atmosphere sometimes negates. And the lady that was spoke before me made some very interesting points as far as risk management. I work for the government. I've been with the government 19 years. I've had to work with risk management for, you know, that's part of one of the agencies. And the fact that you don't come represented to right. Uh, the Bible says a double-minded man, you know, you're speaking with two tongues. You can't apologize for your actions and then continue to weaponize people as you go from interview to interview and to interview. If you're apologizing to D.L. Hughley and his wife and his family for what you said out there that may not have been out there for everybody to know, then let it go. Don't go to another interview and keep bringing it up. If you said you apologize, let it go with that apology and keep regurgitating it, because what you're doing is you're hurting the person every time it comes out of your mouth. Although you said, I apologize, then leave it alone and don't allow other people in interviews to even bring it up to you to keep saying it. If you want to talk about the headliner stuff with DL, do that. But the more you keep talking about things, and I think we just lose conscience of, you know, you said everything, Queen Sheba, that breakdown that you did, everything was spot on. Because if you start back and go back and look at stuff, things starts to make sense. But at times, if you keep repeating a story the way you want to repeat the story, then that's the story that you believe. Is that the story that's actually true, or is that the narrative that you want to put out there? You know, regardless to when it comes down to business, people have to understand business and learn business. Yes, in any entertainment community, because I've been in the entertainment community, you can, if you're not representing yourself, then you have to bring that back to yourself. Have all your ducks lined up when you go in front of people to represent yourself. If you want to be paid on the Meryl Streep level, then you come to the table head up, have your ducks in a row, boom, 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 boom. This is the way I operate. But I think people think, you know, we get lost in the sauce because reality TV shows such a picture of us fighting and fighting and fighting that we forget the humanized part of us where there's actually Black women over 50, whatever age, out here working, have several degrees, very intelligent, have their own businesses, have multiple sources of income, that's out here working every day. And it feels like you have to fight even more when you have to fight against what you see on reality TV, or somebody's fighting, or we're just showing ourselves that we're fighting against each other. At the end of the day, try to heal. And I think for Monique, she needs to heal. She needs to go back to therapy. She needs to sit down and talk to somebody and really go deep, not just into the daddy and the brother sister issue. Go deep, because when you go deep, you will not keep hurting, spewing things out of your mouth that's hurting people at the end of the day. And I said what I said. Again, this is my first time being on here, but this just struck me different when I was driving from my government work job on yesterday. When listening to your commentary, Queen Sheba, it's deeper. It's deeper than what everybody keeps saying. We're all pretty much saying the same things, but it's deeper for her. She needs to get the help that she needs.
And we appreciate you coming up. Damn, y'all are blessing us with some good conversation today. I said what I said Saturdays. Thank you for coming up. DM Jocelyn, you're up next. Give me 1 second to go over my super chats, and then I'm going to spin the block on the panel. I'm going to give you all each another opportunities in 60 seconds or less to wrap up your final thoughts and leave the channel and the audience with something profound. So just kind of think about start to finish what we've talked about and what impact, what positive message you would like to leave the audience with, because we always leave on a positive. Let me say this real quick. Based on the So Crafty Lion, and also D. No, who was just up? The last caller. Damn, my brain. Okay. Sydney is not a manager, and that could be a possibility. That could impact the amount of work that Monique has not seen over the years. That's your husband. He's not an entertainment manager just because you make him one. You have to know this industry inside and out. And just because you deem him valuable to your brand does not mean that he will be well received by the power players in Hollywood. So think about that, y'all. Just because you bring your family member in on something doesn't mean that everybody else is going to give them a pass if they are not well experienced. We talk about nepotism all day in corporate America. You see CEOs, senior directors, senior managers bring in their kids, bring in their family, and give them pay rates well above you. And you know damn well they don't know what the hell they're doing. Think about that. Now what we're saying is she should get her manager. That's his job to get her work. That's his job to go in a room and make an impact. So far, he has not been able to do that. And I think, number one, because of his lack of experience. That's it. I'm going to say that. Give me a chance. Give me 1 second to get these super chats highlighted.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Car was generous enough to get and gifted 5 Queen Sheba Darling memberships. Congratulations to those of you that will be lucky recipients of her generous gift. Thank you, Car. Jennifer Montgomery. All right. We thank you for the one piece. A spicy wing, honey. It goes a long way. Thank you, Jennifer Montgomery. We appreciate your donation. I am Tiffany Jenna with the 2-piece and a pepper. She says she should apologize for foretelling O and Tyler. For what? She should apologize for telling O and Tyler too. You're going to have to tell me what SMD and all that mean. What's that mean, y'all? SMD.
D.
Oh, okay. So Monique owes, she's saying, I am Tiffany is saying that Monique owes Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey an apology for telling them to You got it? Monique supporters? I'm in the middle.
I have a question. Can you guys pull up the audio from the question that his team asked her, that inappropriate question they asked her when she was on his show that kind of started all this? Because if you guys hear that, that was very inappropriate. What him and his team had asked her. Yes. So
I will
what
pull
she
it up.
said is wrong. We can't inflate two issues. What she said is wrong about bringing his daughter in. Yes, that is fact. I agree with that. But I'm not going to sit here and be thinking she just got to wholeheartedly apologize to GL because he's dirty too. And he's
Exactly.
I
done a
can
lot of
tell his daughter
gaslighting, and he
apology.
wants to sit back and act like, oh, she's so this, she's so that. He ain't funny either.
The
Okay? He
the
ain't never
nuance for
had no
me.
Netflix issue. But as far as what she said about the daughter, I agree. She should not have said that. I would apologize for that. But I wouldn't apologize for nothing else because he's not deserving of that.
Well,
That
first,
audio.
We can't inflate both of them. She's wrong in a lot of things, a lot of layers
That's
to
my
her.
point.
And I get it. She does need help. I do believe she needs to change management. I don't believe her husband is good for managing her, but she is right on a lot of points. We can't just sit back and be done wrong and just be quiet and not say something. And it's very hard with the things that are put in place for Black people. I can't speak for anyone else but Black people. The systematic racism, all the inequality that we have to endure. Yes, we can go out there and beg and put up some money to try and get this same management because that Brad Pitt, the what's her name's, I can't think of that white actress. We can ask for all of that. We can put some money up, but they may not fight as hard as they would for those people. So that's my issue with the whole Monique thing. She is right on a lot of things, but she's wrong on a lot of things when it comes to personal things. But there's a lot of difficult actresses and actors in Hollywood. It just is.
hold on. Let me get to my super chats because I got to give a lot of praise and glory and thanks. Hold on.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of money. Deborah Jackson, thank you for the 10-piece. She says, I love being a member, Queen Sheba. I learned so much. So do I. Every time these fantabulous women come up and these men come up and they speak and they stand on business, I learn a lot too. Gwendolyn Crutcher, I'm sorry, with the 5-piece. She says, Queen, I am like you. I was born with the solution brain. I am joyful when people work together and put them into motion. I said what I said. You know what? Me too. I like to vent. I like to get it out, but I cannot leave on that note. What we gonna do? Because I feel like as long as we're talking, we're not moving. I be telling my husband, talk and walk when we're working out. Don't stop in the middle of an exercise to talk. Talk and move. Talk and move. Work towards a solution. Otherwise, we're just complaining. So Crafty Lion with a 10-piece says, I love your chat. Thank you so much. And I love you being up here and educating us about how to better prepare ourselves for business as people of color. So we thank you for that thought leadership. We thank you for your expertise. Jennifer Montgomery with a 2-piece and a pepper. She said, sick of 3-degree Tisha, no spell check on ever. Listen, whew. Miss T gifted one Queen Sheba Darling membership. Congratulations to the lucky winner of Miss T's generosity. Jocelyn D with a 2-piece and a pepper. Dropped it in the chat. Thank you. We appreciate it. And Gwendolyn Crutcher again with a 5-piece, baby, a biscuit and a soda water. She says a lot of people have not come out of the master's plantation mindset. Who you talking to, Gwendolyn? I'm just kidding. All right. Coco Lee says the movie is owned and produced by Steven Spielberg. Oprah was there as an investor. She made right when she was informed of what was going on. She's referring to Taraji P. Henson. Jocelyn D with a 2-piece says, we make these people saints just as we demonize. We make these people saints just as we demonize. I'm gonna have to think about that one. All right. You heard it here first. Let me go to Jocelyn. Oh, Jocelyn, is that you? Welcome.
That's me.
Okay.
Hi, Queen Sheba and panel.
Hey there.
First off, I want to start by saying that this has been a wonderful discussion, and I just applaud all of the very astute women who've been sharing thoughts as part of this discussion. So it's been great to listen to. One of the things that I will also want to just call out is that, with all the things that have gone on with Monique, even before we discuss her, one thing that we all know that is fact is that there is pay inequity that exists in entertainment. And much of it happens as a result of racism. It also happens as a result of other prejudices, but pay inequity definitely does exist. Now, as an artist or a business owners, artists, they know their craft, right? So Monique started out knowing comedy, but most of them, and this kind of goes back to your risk management panelists that spoke, a lot of them don't know their business. So they may know their craft, but they don't know business. And, it ends up sort of biting them, where they don't want to be bitten. Taraji talked about the fact that when she ended the show that she was on, this Cookie Empire, that her team had nothing lined up for her next. With all of her popularity and all of her success with that show, they did not capitalize on that to line up anything for her, whether it be future projects, endorsements, etc. She was sitting there with nothing at the end of that show, and she fired her entire team. So again, is the artist looking at who's working for me and is this effective? Monique has her husband, like you said, probably not the best manager. Maybe a good husband, maybe good in supporting her, but maybe not the best choice for a manager, because in a manager, you need someone who, number one, knows the business and also is going to be objective enough to make some of the hard decisions or point you in making some of the hard decisions that need to be made. When Monique did not go and do that promotion for Precious, she could have looked at that two ways, Yeah, they didn't pay me. It wasn't part of her contract to do the promotion, but it was a stepping stone. Now, many of us on this line, it sounds like, are all have been salaried employees. We're exempt employees. I know a lot of folks on this line have sat many nights doing work off the clock, finishing a project, finishing a report, or putting in extra time in order to produce a good result. Maybe that promotion was her extra time that was going to land her in a different place afterwards, but she couldn't get past the fact that she felt disrespected because it wasn't part of her contract and she didn't feel like she was being paid adequately enough to do that. And I'm not saying she's wrong in feeling that way, but what's going to be the result of your decision? And sometimes that's what we have to look at. And yeah, this has been a long time now. She's been talking about this for what, 10 years or more now?
14.
Yeah. And so at this point, she has made it her brand. And your brand is your collateral. So, it kind of becomes is her brand at this point. Monique, the great, funny woman that she started out to be, or Monique, the woman who was able to do TV and make us all laugh, and then flip that and play a serious role in Precious and kill it? Or is it Monique who's been disgruntled for 14 years? So while I don't think that she's wrong in everything that she has said, I think she's backed herself into a corner that's hard to get out of. And so ultimately she gets to pay the price for her actions, right or wrong, right?
I agree.
So those were just some of the things that I wanted to share. There were so many points discussed and made today, but just wanted to share some of my thoughts around this. I wish her well.
And Jocelyn, can we get you to stamp it?
Oh, absolutely. I said what I said, Queen Shiba.
Yes, it wouldn't be right if you didn't stand on business. Speaking of standing on business, of all the beautiful conversation that we've had today, you queens are powerful. Man, you have set the stage ablaze on Saturdays. I said what I said, from Journey to Jasmine, Simone, Wealthy, Joy, the Doctor of Love, So Crafty Lion, Jocelyn, Just Angel, and all of you beautiful queens that came up. Listen, your intellect is, what is it? Is undisputable. Am I saying it right, y'all?
That's
Yeah.
a real word.
That's right. That's right.
Wait, how y'all help me out? Y'all know how I be
That's a
doing.
real word, girl.
That's the word.
That's right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Listen, it cannot be challenged. Y'all, man, y'all put a different a vibe on conversations on YouTube, and that's what we're here to do. But speaking of queens and women that stand on business, the honorable Dr. Melody Cherie Rogers with the D, honey, is in the chat, in the building.
Ooh, ooh.
Is in the
Hey,
building. Yes. Queen
hey,
Cherie.
hey.
Come
Hey,
on now.
Melody.
It's
Come
so
on
good
now.
to have
Makes this happen.
you.
Yes.
Yes, a reason for the season, honey.
Come on now.
A
Oh,
reason for, yeah, it's a woman that has inspired all of us to come out the box swinging. If we're gonna stand on business and really talk
I
about it.
mean,
Okay.
That part.
This has been a hell of a conversation. And when we talk about solutions, if you go back and listen to the tape, the tape of Monique recording Tyler Perry, see, it depends on what your ears are hearkened to and to receive. What I caught Tyler Perry say at the end, because it was an awful conversation, in my opinion. It was horrible. But what I did hear him say at the end, he offered her a solution. He said, Monique, this will flow over. If you get under good management, you do exactly what you did in Precious, and this will be water under the bridge for you. He gave her, and that billionaire gave her a seed of wisdom. And
Facts.
people often do in criticism, period, point blank. I don't care if somebody's telling you the worst thing about yourself. If you listen to leverage an opportunity, they gonna tell you something that's true and fact and positive that you can take it and make a coin off of, a profit off of, or an opportunity. And Monique did not capitalize on what he told her. He said, if you get under a good manager, and if you do exactly what you did in Precious and you get another good role, this too shall pass. That's the first thing. I believe Monique turned an 11-day journey, what was supposed to be an 11-day journey. It was
11
just a beef.
days?
Yes, 11 days into a 40
Girl.
years in the desert.
Oh,
I
This
agree.
lady, come on
I
now.
agree. I agree with you because I did hear the recording years ago, and I agree. She should not have handled it that way. And I think she could have gotten past this, but it's some deep work that needs to be done with her. She needs some deep work. But I agree with you with the whole Tyler Perry situation. It was just, it was disrespectful. But like you said, he did offer her that, and unfortunately, we're here now. So she just hasn't been able to get over or not got the treatment that she needs. She definitely needs some help, but you know,
Yeah.
she's wrong in
and
a
I'm
lot
not,
of issues, but she's also right in a lot of issues. She's
yeah,
perplexing. She is a lot. She's
yeah.
very perplexing. But I agree with her on certain things, and other things how she's handled these situations. I can totally disagree. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to say that.
So you do agree that this should have been an 11-day journey that turned into 40 years in a desert.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This should have
yes.
definitely just been cut. Now I do agree with her maybe taking some of the actresses behind the scenes, and I like to call it kitchen table talk. When we are working on a project, say, hey, when I was working over here, do this XYZ so that you can get the max for, your contract, or just give advice, good healthy advice to fellow actresses and actors. So I do believe in her sharing maybe pieces of her story so they don't make the same mistakes. But as far as going on so many different platforms and just airing everyone out, and that's why we're here.
Hey,
She's just still bitter. But I do agree in sharing that information to help others.
hey, Queen. So I'm not married, and I don't want to overstep my bounds. But if Sid, his name's what, Sydney, right? If that's
Uh-huh.
Yep.
his his responsibility as her husband to be both a protector and provider, I don't think he's doing either one, in my opinion. And let me say this, because she views him being her manager as her protector. That's one. And I don't think that that's the role that he should be in, because he's not protecting her, because he doesn't know how to be a manager.
He
And it's
was
just
never a
obvious.
protector and a provider. Any man
Exactly.
that claims to love you and allows you to sleep with other men and women, he don't love you.
Yep.
A man that's
That
a protector
part.
and a provider will not voluntarily enter into an open marriage with you. We can stop there and log off.
Exactly.
Show now.
And y'all know
Exactly.
she used to want to do his daddy.
Yes.
See, that's twisted, incestuous. Didn't I tell
What?
you? I did
What?
a whole.
She
Oh,
wanna
admitted
do
on
his
one of
daddy.
their podcasts,
I
they
don't know
talked
the ins
about
and
how
outs,
she used to want to be with his daddy,
No, okay,
be
I'm
with
done.
his
Oh,
father.
sweet Jesus.
Hold on.
Is
Mary
it
Joseph.
1 o'clock?
y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Somebody tried to go. Who was that? So
This is Just Angel.
I said that was me. I said, okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Baby, okay, I'm checked out. Yikes.
She
I
did.
did stand up. So Monique was one of the people who inspired me tremendously. I'm a thick girl, so we both been through the essay. I didn't get the help I needed as a kid, but when I saw her showing all her glorious light back before Skinny Bees was evil, I was like, I can do this.
Okay.
And oh my God, her strength helped me get through so much in them early days.
Yeah.
But she had more trauma on top of more trauma on top of more trauma.
She said she wanted to sleep with his father, and
That's what I'm getting to. So now she's where she is. She's with Sydney, and they had their podcast. And one of the episodes, I think it was the last one I ever listened to, was when they were joking about how when they were just friends and brother and sister, and she would come over his house, and this is what I heard on the podcast. She said, "You remember I wanted your daddy," and they joked and laughed about it. She would emphasize, "I'm gonna get him. She wanted to do his daddy.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there.
Disgusting.
But when you say protector and provider, he ain't never been a protector and a provider.
My heart and prayer.
And that's my point. He's never been that. So, I mean, his provision. If he's her manager, he eats when she works. So therefore, he's not the provider. She is.
Bingo.
Ooh.
So I mean, the daddy that she looking for looked like she the daddy, and she putting it on him for some reason. I don't know why.
Listen, well, that's a whole other. Listen.
Oh my God.
Sounds of my heart. The
Oh my God.
And I said what I said.
Hold on, Journey to Jasmine. Listen, anonymous.
Look, I'm about to call you up just randomly.
You whisper it.
Oh my God.
What was that comedian that say we need a safe word? Anonymous.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
When we go on the cruise, that's the
We gonna have a
safe
good
word for
time.
when you it's time to come back. You got an hour to come back to that cruise. Just type in the chat anonymous.
We gonna hold up time. If you don't get your ass on the cruise in 30 minutes,
You gotta get lit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Queen Shiba looking for you. She mad? Anonymous. Yeah. Anonymous.
I'm over here in tears.
On a cruise, anonymous.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now when y'all top that lady up.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Oh my
Look,
God.
they done said her name at least 9 times. She's I'm trying to
She's
tell
gonna be
you.
looking for my ass because I'm
Look, I'm
talking to her. Oh my
I'm about to
God.
look in the chat like, which
Oh
name
my
was
And don't be
different?
mad at me, anonymous.
Oh Lord.
Look,
I'm gonna say it's
don't be
right.
mad at me. Jerry the
I ain't
Jasmine
fooling
is
with her.
responsible.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. I wasn't trying to conjure her, you know? I don't want that spirit.
Listen, let's go ahead and
Y'all
wrap
gonna
it
be
up.
getting cease and
Allegations.
desist and all that shit in about 7 days.
Oh my God. Y'all have been a hell of a panel. This was fantastic, y'all.
This was.
This was great.
Thank you,
I'm gonna catch
Queen.
Brian laughing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna give
Thank
y'all
you.
30 seconds, real quick, just 30 seconds, y'all. People gotta go. Listen, Give them 30 seconds of powerful words and or an app, just something powerful for
Ooh, I
them.
got less than 30.
Yeah, we got less than 30. Okay, go ahead.
Hire Robert Downey Jr.'s crisis management expert.
Period.
Ooh,
All right. Journey.
Protect yourself from
That's
all
a word.
sides.
You
Let
can
me
end
go,
it right there.
Jocelyn.
Be your don't let your husband be your manager.
Period.
Oh, she just took mine, Queen.
That was mine, low
She
key.
just took mine. Do not let
Pineapples.
your husband be your manager.
Anonymous. Anonymous.
Anonymous. Listen. Okay, look.
Y'all better stop it.
Joy, your turn.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna go to Joy. We're gonna go to Joy.
Child, I'm hollering, but I would just say, you know what? Let your healing be your greatest asset.
Oh,
Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's go to Journey to Jasmine.
Anonymous.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Simone Wealthy.
Y'all gonna leave me alone.
Simone, that's Jasmine.
oh goodness.
Oh my God.
Don't say y'all ain't about to put that Midwest on her.
Okay, Simone, you got the floor.
They already said it. Do not let your husband be your manager. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
All right. So Crafty Lion, take us home.
Protect yourself and Expo. I don't know.
No, I got something real to say. Hey, if you're a woman of wealth, put your stuff in the trust. So, and if they don't got no estate, in the words of my good sis, women in Linux, no estate, no date. Period.
Period, point blank. And I got a last minute super chat that flowed in, and let's read it real quick. Here we go. I gotta leave you all with this positive affirmation.
Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me. Money, 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 money.
Yes. Money, 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 money comes to me by way of me. She says, Queen Sheba, this conversation is so good.
This is this Saturday.
Yeah, she said, I moved and I'm in my new place getting settled, all while talking to the walls, responding to y'all. I'm not a Monique fan. And I said what I said. Did you hear that, Uppity? Because Uppity in the chat windmilling her ass off for Monique. But Mimi said what she said, Uppity. There you go.
We love you, Uppity.
Hey, you're not gonna do my millennial sis like that now.
Yeah, I just did. Uppity, somebody check on Uppity. I had to get her back because she be bothering me about them words that I be mispronouncing. She told me I sure enough did hear it, and that's why it's the only super chat I did not acknowledge. I got you. That's okay. I got you, super chat. I got you, super chat. I got you.
I love it.
Listen, this has been such a great conversation. I appreciate you all being patient. We had some technical difficulties to start off with, but listen, unless I say cancel, thank you all for just being patient. I really appreciate it. I love you all. Ladies, you handled your business today. Y'all handled your business today. With that being said, God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And listen, let me just say this. Valentine's Day is just another day. Go out and do something nice for yourself. Treat yourself. Put on your soft clothes like Kendra got on. Put on your soft clothes and your fluffy socks. Come on now.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday, Joy?
Yes.
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday. Happy born day.
February 14th.
Oh, the Valentine's Day. Okay. Well, happy early birthday.
Happy
early birthday.
Blessings.
Yes. So thank you all. I got to let y'all go. God bless you. And thank you, panelists. You have blessed me today. You really have.
Love to
Have a
everyone.
good weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good
Call me,
weekend.
Queen.
We
Bye,
love you too. I love
everyone.
y'all too.
Love
And So Crafty Lion, please inbox me. Thank you.
I will.
Okay.
Bye.
Y'all have a good day. Bye bye.